What's poppin'? Whoo! What's up? What's going on? What's going on? My bad. Like, dang. Took a heavy nap, ain't it? What's up, Negro? What's up, Negro Damus? You helped me out with dang making one of those EDP 445 lives. I appreciate y'all. Hold on, we're gonna get this right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna slowly get this going. Is my internet connection good, y'all? Hold on. Alright. Salute, bro. Popping with y'all. Yeah, I got my laptop with me and I'm like half sleep, half wake. My bad, y'all. I done took like a heavy nap. Over like just been working. But we gonna do this, man. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna talk about the Waterboys. We're gonna talk about perception. We're gonna talk about all of that. Matter of fact, we're gonna go over the comments when I look at it. Alright. I definitely wanna pull that up. I got so much stuff to have proof of it. Let me take braids out. I took it out because I had just got my dreads like retwisted, my scalp. I had to wash my dreads and I had to get them retwisted and I had got them braided again, but it felt like my scalp was getting pulled. Like it just felt like it was pulling out. Like oh heck no, bro. I couldn't do it. I was like the pain was unbearable. I was nothing on that one. All right. What's popping? Hold on, give me 1 second. I want to pull this definitely up. But how the chat looking? A lot of chips up in here, though. Where's the history at? I want to pull something up right now. What boy? No. Bro, when I just go on YouTube and I type in Waterboys, right? It's crazy. I got one right here. They got Maxo from damn Texas right here. And I be hearing people getting all mad at me about on the comments talking about how I'm not damn house certain areas where they're not doing it. I get it. I know certain areas ain't doing it, but I was talking about the perception overall. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna definitely look at this real quick.
I will, bro.
Hey, give me. Man, I'll give him 20. Man, you want 20 up in here? You got 100. Y'all better bust
Twin,
it
fuck
down.
me on the blue.
You got
Fuck
100.
me on the blue, twin. Twin, blow me on.
You want it?
Fuck me, twin. Don't do me like that. Come on, mom. I was in up first, big bro.
Y'all split that. Y'all split that.
Fuck me on the dog.
Man, come on, watch it.
Hold on, we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back, y'all. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back.
Come on, mom.
Hold on, where's that shit at?
First, big bro.
Give me 1 second. Hold on. You about to
Fuck me on the blue.
come on.
Will, bro.
Right there. That's what I was looking at. Right there. Let me put on full screen for y'all to see it. Put on full screen.
Hey, give me.
You saw that right there? You saw how he had look at that bread. He like, man, come on, bro. Like, come on, don't do me like that, big bro. Damn. You just saw how he looked at it, like another Meek Mill situation. A lot of y'all was giving Meek Mill a hard time. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, in my head, personally, I was like, one of them. I was like, damn, Meek, yeah, can't look out for these boys, this and that, whoop, whoop. So, Meek already been hip to this right here. I ain't gonna do him like that. I'm just saying, man. Come on, we just gonna do the perception right here. We do perception. Perception means everything. Okay, so that's how he had look. He had actually like, man, what the fuck, man? Like, yeah, that's how you gonna do me? That's it? That's it? Nothing else? Do you talk about $20 for water?
Hey, give me.
He like, man, what the fuck? Like, what?
Man, I'll give him 20. Man, you want 20 up in here? You got 100. Y'all better bust
Twin,
it
fuck
down.
me on the blue.
You got
Fuck
100.
me on
See?
the blue, twin. Twin, blow me on.
You want it?
Fuck me, twin. Don't do me like that.
Come on, twin. Come on, man. Please. Please. That's not how you really do this, bro. This is not how you really do this right here. That's not how you really do it. Tapping in. What's going on with you, bro? Money law. What's up? What's up with y'all? Let me give y'all the shout outs, man. I appreciate y'all, all y'all for supporting and definitely stopping by for real because we definitely got to speak on this right here. That's one video right there. We got many more. Many more. Let me go ahead and go on my history real quick so I could definitely hit y'all up. That's one. So what I've been talking about is perception, is how stuff looks. It's not, it don't have to be like, of course we know not every damn water boy in Atlanta is like aggressive. We just looking at perception. Just like how not every young black boy is a menace to society. But the police officers don't look at it like that. They look at it like everybody. They look at every young black boy like an NBA young boy. Everyone. They look at everyone like that. Now, what the hell is this? Hold on, let me play this real quick. Gotta definitely play this on real quick, y'all. My bad. Y'all see that? All right.
Over a single bottle of water. The victim saying things took a turn for the worse when he did want to buy a bottle of water from a teen. CBS 46's Sierra Cummings is live there tonight. And Sierra, you were able to speak to one of those water sellers. What did they tell you?
Well, they've got a message for their fellow sailors, but first, the victim was shot right here, the local smoke shop, capturing the entire thing on surveillance. And as you mentioned, it appears this all happened because that victim did not want to buy from the self-proclaimed well-known Waterboys. Police say kids told a customer coming from the nearby deli to buy a water from them. That customer told them to leave him alone as he walked back to his van. APD said because the Waterboys talked disrespectfully to the customer's wife, there ended up being some back and forth. You can see the kid pull out something, then moments later, the customer appears to be in pain, checking his body, realizing he was shot. Here are
I'm telling you, man, let's check out the comments real quick. My man's Grunt, what's up, Newton? What's up, Newton? I appreciate you for being in here way early when I was late. I appreciate Casino for exposing me for being late. You know, it's all love. They call me out when I'm doing foul. Show them ATL Waterboys videos. Yeah, we already doing that. Money low. I love the grind. I disagree with the tactics. Yeah, same with me. There's nothing wrong with that. And then I remember somebody in the comments. I'm gonna go to my video that I made like a couple of days ago. I went in the comments. This one person was like, "Y'all say this when a group of black people do it. Y'all call them aggressive, but when a group of white people do it, it's okay." I'm like, nah. The group of white people be like a terrorist group to me. Actually, they'll get worse because come on, man. Try to put this damn two sides of the coin with it. That's not gonna work, man. It's not gonna work with me, man. This dude done shot the damn kid. Um, this kid done shot the damn group, a couple, because they refused to buy water. You know that. You know us brothers when we get like that. No, same thing with like, when we talk to like a girl or something. I'm speaking as a whole, though. You know what I'm saying? Not literally every brother, but there's some times where brothers be hollering at a girl, and the girl be like, "No, I'm good, thank you," and all that. And they response being on some damn, "Well, fuck you then, bitch. Your ugly ass. Like, I dare you to say something, right? I blow your shit away." You know, like getting aggressive. Like, oh, hey, you was just trying to holler at her, and you over there acting aggressive, and she done politely shut you down and be like, "Nah, I'm good." It's no different than this what I'm looking at right now. "Hey, sir, can you get some water?" "No, I'm good and all that." "Damn, your broke ass, you in a sprint and everything. You can't give me no water. You bad to me or something, man? Woo, woo, woo." And I pull out that fire and I shot his ass. And damn, come on now. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, make an excuse. We gotta come. We gotta do better than this, man. We gotta do better. We can't be extreme with the good. I like to call bullshit on both sides. You get what I'm saying? I don't care where it's from. I just like to call bullshit because this right here, you shoot somebody over some goddamn water, and I know it's just off of them feeling bad that got shut down and everything. Just shut down. What's up, Incognito? What's up with you? Alright, guys have did that young. Yep, this world is fucked up now. Those the fools that have mama problems. I tell you, they can't take a no for answer. They be aggressive. These are the same ones that who try to holler at a female at a gas station or something. She'd be like, "Nah, I'm good, I got it, man." And they'd be like, "Well, fuck you then, bitch. I definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like these the type of little boy minded people that'll throw acid on a girl if they say no on taking them out on a date. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be on some hateful shit like that. Like, come on, let's be real, man. They don't know how to take rejection. That's that. Come on, that's feminine energy right there. That's you so sensitive as a man. You won't get mad because somebody say no to you. That's how I already know you got a damn 12-year-old boy mindset right there. It don't matter if you're 12 years old literally, or if you're 24 years old, because there's some grown men who are my age who have a 12-year-old boy mindset when it comes to stuff like this. Can't take a no for an answer. This is so once again in my comments, they be like, "Oh, in downtown, it definitely happens on this outskirt right here on D Couture and all that. They don't do that over here. Da da da. Whoop whoop whoop." Bruh, I get what you're saying. Do you watch the whole video? I know you ain't watched the whole video because I look at my audience attention. I could pull it up. It's 28.96% on that video. So that means 28.96% of those 14,000 people who watched that video did a knee-jerk response to me. They didn't even watch more than 5 minutes of that video. Okay, it may be boring. I may be explaining all that, but I just know that it's no different than, I'm telling you, man. They just had that feeling like, oh, this and that. Oh, yeah. Like, I'm talking about perception. You know, I may not be no thug and all that, but because if I look like one, I act like one, I come off aggressive like one, they're going to treat me like one, right? You kind of get what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop this. Like, stop this bullshit. Yep, leave one of them kids in the public. So, Superstar, he be coming on wild with that season. And that's why I don't want it to go at. I don't want it to go to that point where one of these kids come up on Superstar or Superstar Duo, and they come up on people who have the same mindset as Superstar Duo. You know what I'm saying? Because this is no different than a white man or a black man or a green man. It don't matter. It's just somebody who's self-defense. Because Florida, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, New York, the whole East Side has stand your ground law. So it don't matter what. These kids come. Let me go ahead and play another one. Yeah, hold on. Let me take this off real quick. I think I'm playing. Let me drink some more. Y'all think I'm playing, man. I'm gonna show you how aggressive this thing is coming off with. This is dangerous right here. And people talk about this is a hustle. I get it, it's a hustle, but at the end of the day, this is like dangerous. This is like playing with fire right here. And somebody gotta explain this to these kids, address it. You know, that's not good. Okay, boom. I got another one right here. Let me see. First of all, let me check the comment. It says Factz, when his mama said no, throw a temper. Yeah. And to be honest, you know what's crazy? It'd be memes and it'd be videos about us making fun of, you know, like let's say the white family, let's say they tell their son, they'd be like, "Get off the game, Jacob." And Jacob be like, "Fuck you, mom. Shut up, mom. I'm gonna kill you, die, eat piss," and all that. And we laughing at it like, ha ha, you know, black family don't do that. No, this new generation, my generation, they doing the exact same thing. They doing the exact same thing, bro. The exact same thing. So we can't make fun of that no more because I seen it. Straight disrespecting their parents and everything. Yeah, man. Respect is respect. Yeah, exactly. Especially you can't disrespect no woman. Come on, let's be real. We know what difference between a nab and a woman. A woman who carry herself and all that. Like come on, man. Like something ain't right with you. You just flat out just go ahead. Like you got mommy issues, you got daddy issues, you got something. Somebody just that's crazy, man. Let me go ahead and play this right here. And these celebrities that y'all look up to and need to know better, they like that shit. You see how they feel off their energy? You see their face, they smile like, "Oh yeah, they fuck with me." They got the money dangling like they got a little $20 dangling like, "Oh yeah, they fuck with me." Yeah, man, here you go, man. And they recording and everything, smiling. You see, they ain't making it no different. And they got the camera on and all that. This just ain't. You got like about, I don't even know, like 8 different kids right here acting wild. They got cold waters. And you see the dude right there smiling and everything. I get it. I get it. But you understand, like, just because you're a celebrity and everything don't mean you get your shit blown back or you could get robbed. You see what they did to Julio Fulio. You check out the comment. All those youngsters needed some good mentorship. Yeah, that's exactly it. They just misguided. They just misguided. That's all misguided. Look like Sudan out there. Sudan. Got the guy on the other side of the truck. You hear that pit bull sound right there? It's like a pit bull. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Look out for me, bro. Come on, bro. Don't do me like that, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, come on. Y'all get that from every water boy. So I get, yeah, the perception, not everybody aggressive, but we have this pattern right here where it's like, don't do me like that, big bro. Come on, bro. Come on, please, bro. Come on. Like, is this borderline panhandling right here? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, let's be real. And then I see they got their own YouTube channel and they had their money, you know, they've been flashing all that. I respect to them. Yeah, they over there trying. I don't know. That's like an ego thing right there, man. Oh, this is crap. They're saying his name like, yeah, they over there saying he's not the only one. They had this to T.I., they did this to P, the CEO, and they had him just sitting there smiling. Just, you know, I'm telling you, man, that ego is something crucial. That ego make you, I don't know, ego just do something to you, man. It do something to you. How you feeling like you the man? How you feel like the man? Let me get a blue, big bro. Come on, let me get a blue. Yeah, you already know that a blue strip, 100. That dude said, let me get 100. Let me get a blue, big bro. Come on, don't do me like that, big bro. Don't do me like that, big bro. Sounds like a smoker. Boom, there it is. There it is right there. There it is. There it is. Whew. Sounds like a smoker. You already know. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for one of y'all to read between the lines on that. You definitely have figured that out, Mr. H-Town. Sounds like a smoker. You right. That's something they do. Man, come on, man. You can't put another damn 0.5 up in here, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Look out for me, man. I got you, dog, man. Let me front a half to the mall, man. Man, front 2 grams, bro. Come on, bro. I need it, bro. I need, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all watch that movie, Don't Be a Menace? It was the parody version with the Wayne Bros. And that dude was like, do you got the directions? I got these 2 cheeseburgers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, come on, man. That's desperation right there. That dude was like, I got these 2 cheeseburgers, man. I was like, ugh. Wait, one of them actually did that weird shit. When I think about it, one of them actually let them suck. Man, I'm getting off topic. I'm good, Rick. But don't sell dope. Imagine them big. Oh yeah, they sell dope. Oh, it'd be crazy, man. Crazy. Real shit. You already know what time. You already know the pattern, man. You know the vibes right there, man. You go ahead and type it in real quick. Waterboys. Oh, hold on a second. Waterboys Atlanta. I was one video I wanted to show y'all, and this definitely look crazy, bro. Come on. Oh, boom, here it is. There it is. I see a couple. Let me pull it up so I see it. All right, so we got a little Scrappy speaking about that. We're going to get into it. But not fast enough. Exactly, man. All right. That's crazy. Facts. There it is. There it is right there. There it is. Bro, I appreciate y'all. Y'all support us, man. Y'all be wildin', man. So we see it. Okay, yeah, we got our video right there. Boom. Yeah, a lot of people had a lot to say, but nothing. They making parodies about this right here. I use some of this right here. These footage and stuff. Let me see it. Dang, bro. What the fuck was it at? It was one where dude was really... If I can... Damn, man. Fuck. What was it? Just look at this parody one right here. Bump it.
Slow it down, man. Bro, slow it down, man. Come on, big bro. Hey, come on. Give me my face. Come on, come on, man. Fuck with me, my ass, nigga. You older than me. Get the fuck up. Come on, nephew. Bro, don't do it like that, bro. Fuck my damn. Don't do it. Fuck I want with y'all want. I got my own. Get the fuck up on me. Everything turn on, my dog. No goddamn.
All in their car, man. Come on,
Hey,
bro.
bro. You just trying to get some school books, big bro.
Come
What
on.
the fuck you doing in my car?
In the back seat, bro. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. And this is not funny, but you know how comedy always be telling the truth and everything, man. Comedy always tell the truth. It always tell the truth, dog. Come on.
Man, what the fuck you doing in my car? Bro. I got support our fundraiser at school. I got Taco Bell water, bro. Fuck with me, man. It's ice in here, man. Come on, bro. Come here, lame, bro. Come on, fuck with me, bro.
There it is. There it is. There it is right there. There it is right there. You see how you pulled the toolie out? You see that? There it is. It's all fun. I ain't gonna lie, this is funny. See, this is what I was talking about. That perception right there. This nigga in his back seat. This is girl car. You know he got a suspended license. You know he got warrants. Y'all done hop in his back seat, trying to sell him a half bottle of water, sell him some Taco Bell water. Other dude all in his shit. Like, come on, bro. So now you got to pull the damn pole out on y'all. Now you got to pull the pole out and make y'all do the margarita dance. And we'll see that.
You gotta do it like that, big bro. Come on, big bro. Big bro, come on.
Come on, big bro.
You ain't got to do me. I don't owe you for this neither, nigga. Give me a half bottle of damn Powerade.
And there it is. There it is right there, bro. There it is right there. Come on, bro. Come on. There it is. Taco Bell water had ice in it. He got a half Powerade. Divide and conquer. Easy trick, divide and conquer, man. That dude violated him. He been in his back seat and all that. Come on, big bro. Look out for me, big bro. Don't do me like that, big bro. Don't, please, big bro. Please. Please. I got kids. Like, come on, man. Y'all see how crazy this thing be looking? Y'all see how wild they got us? Now do some Girl Scout, Boy Scouts do this right here. And we ain't talking about race. We just talking about do Girl Scouts do this. When y'all leave off, I ain't gonna lie. I used to, when I was young, I used to run out of the Walmart doors. I used to quick walk. I used to donate, I ain't gonna lie, I used to donate for the Girl Scout cookies here and there, but man, they used to be there every freaking other day. So I used to, cause come on, man, they do that guilt trip. Like they used to have like a black little kid right there, like, excuse me, sir, would you like to buy Boy Scout? That's why I had to hurt them. Run out that thing, man. It kind of made me feel obligated. Same thing with this. Like, come on, man. I gave you $5 the other day. I can't give you another $5. I barely got gas in my car, man. Come on, man. Leave me the fuck alone, bro. We all out here struggling. You know what I'm saying? So when I go ahead and put these videos up and everything, people get all mad and aggressive. I done had, let me see what Lil Scrappy talk about Lil Waterboys home. We gotta play that real quick.
When it comes to Atlanta, I have a few other questions about the city.
Right.
What is your opinion on the Waterboys?
Hey man, listen. You know, see, I respect the hustle of the Waterboys. I respect the hustle of the Waterboys because that's a young man. That's the way they trying to get the money. They not begging. Well, they begging, but it's like they could be doing something else. You know what I'm saying? But on the other end, I just don't respect the way they doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because at first, I used to give them money all the time. I used to give them stacks of money. Like, come down there with the hundreds that I ain't spend from the strip club, just getting it to them. You ain't home, but appreciate it, bro, appreciate it. But now I don't even, man, I just keep pushing, man, because they be doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you just hear that from Lil Scrappy. I hear that from that little Nuck If You Buck, you know, he be coming to Duval. He be performing at Duval. I remember the old lady done told me that damn Duval County was the one who done busted Scrappy job and everything. But I know it's talking. Well, what I'm saying is that he be all around this east side and everything. He even be in Atlanta. I mean, he from Atlanta. So he even saying they do too much. What does that tell you? They doing too much. He done gave him all the strip club money, everything. Done gave him honchos and everything. Respect the hustle. But now he's just saying they do too much. Now we know every water boy is not like that. Every water boy is not aggressive. Every water boy is not disrespectful. But when I keep talking about perception, that's what matters. That perception. do this make sense? You can hang around with a group of people like when you young, you can hang around the kids, a group of kids who like to be violent and like to steal stuff. Just because you hang with them, you may not be a stealer and all that, but it's just a perception because you with them. You know what I'm saying? So like, do y'all be seeing in these movies and stuff that happen in real life, even in the movies, where that kid be trying to do stuff with these bad group of kids, and these bad group of kids been doing this for like years. Be like, come on, man, all you gotta do is jump the fence and break in and take their radio. That's all you gotta do. And that one kid who got a good parent household jump that fence and try to take that radio for the first time, only take one time, and that kid ended up getting shot in the back. But that kid, you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm only take one time, man? Only take one time for these kids. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, if I was a parent, I'd definitely be monitoring my child in the land. I don't care if it's from downtown, if it's from zone east of 61, zone 1, zone 6. I don't care where the fuck is that. I'm just gonna tell my child, hey, leave that alone. I got you, son. I got you, daughter. Just like let's keep it real. Peer pressure. Oh yeah, and damn, you said Girl Scouts used to knock on the door. Oh man. Oh damn. I'm glad I wasn't around at that time. The Jehovah Witnesses that enough. I'm telling you. Let me go ahead and keep this going.
Why you got your body in that person's car? You don't even know them. Your whole body in that car. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole. I seen that thing the other day, man. It was a lady, man. Man, that man whole bottom part of his body was in her car. You feel what I'm saying? He might well just whooped it out and just, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, man, what's wrong with these boys, man? They were all over a car. Only thing they didn't do was climb on top of it. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? So he talking about he was violating this girl so much that his lower body was inside her car that he might as well just unzip his thing because he damn near almost violating the girl. His whole body's in her car. His homeboys is all on her car. They doing everything but be on top of the car. You see what I'm talking about? So that perception right there is just giving an image to somebody like, if I see any type of water bottle, it's up there. You know what I'm saying? Like a chip on, like, you done damn violated my wife, or you done damn beat up my wife, and you done damaged your car. So if I go anywhere around Atlanta and I see a black boy with water trying to sell it, I'm blowing their fucking head off, hypothetically speaking. You see what I'm saying? So you got people in the comments, nah, bro, what the fuck, man? Nah, I'm from such and such. They don't do that. They be polite, they be nice and all that. You're not getting the whole image, though. That perception right there. You get where I'm coming at? Do y'all see where I'm coming at, right? Do I make sense right here? Like, it's just, no matter if you're a good kid or not, like, my wife just got violated by Waterboys. They done damn beat her up and destroyed my truck she been driving. So I'm out. I'm seeing red now. So I'm out. So I'm gonna pull up in that area she said she come from. It may be a kid who just starting to sell water. That the same, like it could be a different boys come. Hey, big bro, come on, look out for me, big bro. Come on, look out. Somebody gonna roll the window down and let that whole bitch off, man. I'm talking about straight let it off, like just macaroni the whole damn side of the street. Come on, y'all see where I'm coming out, man? Y'all see where I'm coming out at, man? That's all. It's just that perception. That's all I'm talking about, perception, man. But people be wanting to say so much other stuff except for the perception. It's like I could tell they ain't look at the video. They don't see it from like the outside looking in. You got check this out. Check this out. You got people. It was like two of them who did this on that video. It was like, man, we been knew this. My city been doing this in Atlanta. We been, acting like this. Y'all late. This ain't nothing new to us. So tourists and new people, be careful. Laugh out loud. And I think he had deleted his comment because they be scary like some holes or something. But I responded, but the comment disappeared. But I had posted it too, and they had took it off. I don't know what YouTube did, but I can't stand niggas like them. Why you trying to one up your hood and city, man? Like this Chicago, this Chirac, man. We done caught 8 bodies in one day. We done killed. You see two kids that got hit up because we out here. We damn sweeping the damn street like a custodial worker. We kill everybody. Be careful. Don't come around here. Like, you know what I'm saying? One up your hood. Nobody give a fuck about that. First of all, you don't even own the hood, nigga. The fuck? And to keep it real, you act like, nigga, You act like we green as fuck. Like you act like I'm green as fuck, like a green like a pool table or some shit, man. Like, come on, man. Like, don't do me like that for real. Like, I know what the hell it's about. And to keep it real, me coming from Afghanistan being deployed, we some privileged damn fucking gangsters over here. We privileged as fuck. Them boys over there, or even in parts of Africa, they really with the business. They really with the business. And they really mean that shit. They ain't doing it because of no training and all that. They do it because of some belief or religion, or they saw their father got killed in war by a green suit, and they damn wait. They hold a grudge for 10 years just to kill a motherfucker, just to cut their head off. So stop with that damn wanting up your city like you tough and all that, bro. You're not. Not. I can't stand when people do that, bro. I can't stand when niggas be trying to one up their city, man. Like, oh man, my city hard, man. Like, be careful, man. This been going on. Like, we been heard about this. It's going like nobody care about that. We just trying to figure out why is it going on, how to stop it, and how to stop perception. You don't own that city. You ain't been putting work in the city. Even if you've been putting work in the city, what's so cool about you acting hard about criminal like activity over here? Like y'all really let this Future rap get into your head. I remember Future said one of his songs talk about when I drop a song, the the murder rate go up or some shit, and people vibing and bobbing their head to that. Man, that thing get crazy, man. Like let's stop, bro. My bad. I done went all the way left field, but let's go ahead and put some more, man. God damn. Give me 1 second. I'm going to look at another one.
Big bro, don't do me like that, big bro. You hit me, big bro.
My bad. Let's look at that one more time, y'all. Be careful with your headphones or y'all volume. Let's look at this one more time. One more time.
Big bro, don't do me like that, big bro. You hit me, big bro.
So I'm gonna turn the volume down. Let me go ahead and put this on slow speed because we're gonna definitely break this down right here. Definitely gonna break this down. This is not good. This don't look good at all, man. All right, so damn, hurry up, load. All right, you see right here. He's saying one more. Let me get one more dub, one more 20. Come on, this remind me of if y'all watch that movie Belly, right? Where DMX had been with Ox. Rest in peace to both of them. Actually, that's crazy. When DMX went to Jamaica, I think with Ox, and he was in the back of the damn Mercedes. And he was driving through. I think it was Haiti or something. And the kids were running up to the window, knocking their damn guns on the window like that, holding it on. They was trying to get put on. It was running up, hanging up, just like this. This is that Belly scene where them kids were running up, knocking on the door with their guns and stuff. That desperation thing, like, come on, man, help me out, man, look out. But that's what he's saying. One more dub. Look at that. Happy to get it. And the people who are recording, the people who giving the money to them, they like it. It's like they look at this, no offense, but they look at this like feeding animals at the zoo subconsciously. And that's not good at all, man. That's not good at all. It made no sense. Look, he took one. You saw how he ran. Don't do me like that, big bro. Don't do me like that, big bro. And you see how he, come on, man. Come on, man. Look out. Give him another one. You see that? Just over there smile loud. Like, ah, damn, bro. He's going, wow, man. See the vibes up in here, man. We got 16 people up in here. What's going on with y'all? Hey, young, you know that initiation they have grown men doing to prove a point. Yeah, Charleston White said that on one of his interviews with DJ Vlad. He said he joined the game because he was insecure. He only had one eye. I like Charleston White for being real in that interview. He said that he wanted to do criminal stuff to be in prison because that's what where he was from. They made it seem like it was cool to go to prison. So he said he did everything to be in the game because he was insecure. And he literally said this. I could pull it up. He's like, I kill for the game, I rob for the game, I rape for the game, all that. He literally said that at the time. So yeah, you're right, Hill. You're right. He said out his own mouth on Vlad interview. I swear, I'm not I can pull it up right now. It was like I killed for the game. It's like probably part 1 or part 4. Literally saying on Vlad interview, like he wanted to give his all to the game. So we already know about it being an insecurity thing that you want to be a part of something. You want to prove something. I mean, you heard what I mean, see, I don't really care about Smith. I get you saying I don't really care about that. You heard what he said with the Vlad thing. You kind of missing the whole point though. Even if he is or not, I don't give a damn. But what I'm saying is that gang mentality, him wanting to be in the gang at that age, he said, I rob for the gang, I kill for the gang, I rape for the gang. Let's not be on the he gay and all that. No. Let's be on the mentality. Like I would do anything to be a part of that gang. Let's look at it like that. Come on, that's what I'm talking about with the psychological analysis. Let's take a step back and look at the overall thing. Like, why would you do all that for that gang right there? You know what I'm saying? It's no different than a prostitute who smash 7 or 8 dudes a day and they give all their money to their pimp. And they pimp take good care of them. Pimp make sure they, have luxury stuff on, have a house paid under their name, have a car paid under their name. Crazy, huh? But people, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real now. Let's talk about it, bro. Yeah, well, that's what it is. You're right. That's what it is. That's what it is right there. And I feel you, Smith, but you gotta understand that don't get too mixed up in the mix like that, because you don't want to be part of that bandwagon. Or let's say, for instance, with people with Kevin Samuels and all that, people would like to call Kevin Samuels gay, or because they don't like his message. Same thing with Charleston White, right? Okay, I don't give a damn about none of that. But okay, so let's say both of them was gay, hypothetically speaking. Okay, ain't y'all supposed to support them and protect them? What about Black Lives Matter, the transgender, the alphabet boys? You know what I'm saying? So let's pull out this hypocrisy right here. Shouts out to Moe Factz. Your best friend is gay, and your best friend is like a a transgender, right? Your best friend was a man going into a woman, right? And you support that and you like that. We talking from a woman's point of view. You like that. I mean, that's your friend. Don't talk about your friend, leave him alone. But when we talk about Charleston White and Kevin Samuels, y'all be quick to call them gay and all that. You see the hypocrisy in that bullshit right there? We got to stop doing that shit right there. Like, let's call it like how it is. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to shame them people on being gay because they're not appealing to you, but your best friend is fucking gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell you, man, I call bullshit on both sides. I don't care. I don't look at none of the race like that. So don't judge the messenger, just judge the message. That's all I do. I judge the message. I have watched this KKK interview on Under Soft Belly, and this dude has said, like, Klansman, he said something that I actually agree with. This dude was like, there should be separation. And he was like, he said, I don't think I'm no more better than a black person. None of that. He was like, we actually equal and all that. But he's saying, I just believe that this and this and da da da. You know what I'm saying? It was like a brief something I agree with. And other than that, it was some other bullshit he was talking about. He was talking about some all some other retarded shit. But it's just the fact that him being that, people gonna be like, oh fuck all that, disregard everything. You kind of get what I'm saying? So you got to hear people out, man. You got to hear the message out. That's what I'm trying to say. So I went way off topic, but let's go back to these goddamn Waterboys real quick, y'all. And come on, yeah, we gotta stop with this double standards, though. We gotta stop with that, man. Like, that shit gets real old, man. It's like we be so quick to call, and then I seen some people who be gay, who actually call other people gay, but he gay, this and that, and it's like, okay, if they're gay, right, what else? And it is a pause, it's an awkward silence, like it's like, bro, like we gotta stop. Us folks gotta stop doing that shit, dog. Cause your damn kids like Lil Nas X, so it's like, what the fuck going on? Like y'all gotta stop using that fucking one trick pony bullshit and actually see what's going on.
Man, hey, yeah.
My bad, my dumb ass had on 0.25. These the videos I had used for the video I did with the Waterboys.
Man, hey, all that water butt shit, man, y'all nigga tripping now, man. I'm gonna start running y'all nigga ass over, man. Y'all nigga ass be all in the road trying to, 30 y'all nigga on one way, bro. I can't give every nigga a goddamn dollar. Shit, get the fuck out my motherfucking way. I got somewhere to go, bro. I ain't all that big bro shit. I don't know you, bro. I don't fucking know you, dogs. I don't fucking know you. I don't know your mama. You don't know my mama. I don't know you. I don't know you. Nigga, I don't fucking know you. Big bro, fuck with me, big bro. Out, big bro, big bro. Ooh, big bro. Man, get the fuck out my way, bitch. God damn. I'm gonna start running out niggas.
You see how it's aggressive? People laugh at this. You see how people laugh at this? You see how like people think this is funny, but like it's dead serious. You see how this dude driving and he frustrated and all that. This is what we trying to do right here with our kids. Well, that is also true right there. That is also true, Jody. I mean, most of them, yeah. But we just get past that and all that. We just override all that. He just said, like, you see how angry and anxious he was right there? Superstar dude, please, big bro, please, please, come on, man, come on, bro, please. I don't know you. You don't know my mom. You don't know my dad. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm about to run y'all the fuck over. That lets you know that he's frustrated. He's fed up. Frustrated, fed up, man. This is a pattern. Like, come on, bro. These are nothing but patterns we're seeing right here. And I'm about to pull this book out. Hold on a second. This my book right here. This right here, psychology book. These are patterns right here we're talking about. This is how serious it is. I use the same book on NBA Youngboy and Personal Fables. You want to know why it's young teenagers? It don't matter what race it is. Young teenagers, they'll go drinking and driving. Shit, I'm in Orlando right now, and it was like I think end of last year, it was 3 teenagers that got killed. They took their mom's car, and it was like 2 teenager boys that spent the night over there at one of the teenager boys' house. They went joyriding with the shit and got hit with a pickup truck. I think it was like 14, 15, and 13, I think. And it was like 2 of them died. I remember we saw it at the gas station. But what I'm saying is that it's a personal fable. So it's like young teenagers, they don't understand the logic of what they're doing. It's like Greta Father. It's like they don't know that something's dangerous and it's like threatening. They just do it. I fell victim to this too. I got stories about this. You know what I'm saying? Racing stuff, drinking and racing, almost losing your life. I done saw one of my homeboys I thought done got killed off for doing stuff like that. You know? So this could go with the Waterboys right here. It's like you running and you hopping on cars and it might seem fun and it might be crazy and all that, but it's a personal fable. You know what I'm saying? And then you got other kids looking at it and it's called modeling behavior. But with him right here, he just frustrated. He gotta let some steam off. He don't work out. He don't do nothing. He don't even address it. He just going like he's speeding. Got the phone right there. Like he just got through coming across some Waterboys. Done pissed them off. Man, I gotta leave me the fuck alone. Man. Run out of the way. Y'all laugh at this stuff, but this is dead serious right here. Dead serious right here. You know what I'm saying? Dead serious. We done got this parts. I done got parts on there. Let me go with scientists and psychologists. What was this one right here? The family is the factor what people are made. I want to go to one where they did some experiments on a kid that had watched a movie on somebody beating a clown, right? And after they watched the movie, they had the kid start beating the clown, right? But it was not off of aggression. It was just off of modeling behavior. You know what I'm saying? It was just seeing what the adults were doing. But the crazy thing about it is that we got your favorite rapper is doing the same thing with modeling behavior. But they're grown, but they have a little boy mindset. You kind of get what I'm saying? It's just modeling behavior. They're looking at what's cool and they doing the same thing. And these TikToks and they influencing the young teens to do it. I know I'm going off topic with that big bro, Waterboy stuff, 10x worse than the bums at the gasoline gas station. Crazy. Yeah. Crazy, man. At least, I ain't gonna lie, at least the homeless people or the bums will be like, hey, you got spare change to give, please, sir? Or can you give me some coffee? Or can you let me buy a beer or whatever? And you be like, yeah. Or you be like, nah, I ain't got it. And they be like, oh, all right, thank you. And they'll just go ahead and ask the other person. Ain't no damn holding on to your car. They're like, please, man, please help me out, man. Please, man, look, come on, don't do me like that, bro. Come on, that's not cool right there. That's not cool. No, you want to say that real quick? Let me go ahead and oh, fuck, they messed my thing up. Thank you. I'm trying to find some other stuff, but you know what? I'm gonna go to my comments real quick on my video, and we gonna check this out. See what's up real quick on the comments. All right. See, reaching the car. Let me see, reaching the car. Duh, I don't even come across this really anything. It's like they really saw anything. They come across the day for money. Embarrassing and shit. I'm so sick of the aggressive people. I bet I'm gonna share my screen. Lemonade said I try to respond back to most of these as I can. Your father was a wise man. I down there ran some of the kids over. Damn, my bad. I wish I should have screenshot these real quick. These are the responses right here on the video I just had did. And there've been a couple of comments that stood out, and I was like, bro. People agreeing. I mean, you have people disagreeing, but it was a few people that just didn't get the message. Hold on, everything you said is true. God dang, there's a lot of damn good knowledge. The boy is greedy, bro, on money in the jail. This boy is greedy, bro, on money. They will end up in jail, so they keep that. I live here. It says, I live here and haven't came across any crazy ones like that. Laugh aloud, maybe because I speed if I care. And if not, throw some change their way. Lord knows I don't want to catch a hit and run case. So this lets you know right then and there, like people willing to run red lights to avoid these type of situations. So what does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? Like they want to avoid that. Like they want like risk their life by running a red light onto oncoming traffic just to not be around. So that's why when on Instagram, I think Say Cheese had posted it when they were passing laws about giving citations to parents on the Waterboys is because all this. Let's be real, man. Let's not just be quick to be like, oh, shut up and let people. Like, everybody be so quick to damn one to be like, oh, look at them, see that? They don't want to die. Whoop, whoop, whoop. They not knowing the full story behind things. We be so quick to jump on something. Oh shit! Oh snap! We got something right here, y'all.
Was in Atlanta and you ran into the Waterboys.
Yeah.
And you feel like all the celebrities and wealthy athletes and people who were in Atlanta should have got them off the street.
Yeah. You talking about billions of dollars in one city, one area. Some of the richest celebrities we known in history are in Atlanta. And to see on all sides of Atlanta, homie, that they don't have no program for these kids. Because they ain't selling water. Let's just get that straight. They ain't selling water. Nigga, they standing out there begging. They standing out there plotting for a robbery. They standing out there plotting for a purse snatching. They out there waiting on.
Now let's get twisted now. This is how I look at Charleston White when he said things. He's saying they staying out there for robbery. They staying out there. A few or some. We're not gonna say all. You know what I'm saying? See, I interpret this. You know, like my father be raw and uncut with me, I'm a child, and he explained to me how life works. You get what I'm saying? But what he's saying is that he's giving off the perception of how I'm doing things. Oh my bad. Y'all got an echo? I don't got an echo, I don't think. So damn, I need this shit. God damn. So when you listen to people like Charleston White, people who act like he's not saying when he's saying they and all that, people be like, oh, all of us and all that. Oh, you mean all of us and all that? No. He's speaking from just the perception right there and how a good bit of them gonna turn out to be. That's just how I look at it, man. So we're gonna keep moving.
On a murder. And everybody's riding by, locking their door. So now they've gotten to the point where they're starting to resent, right? We looking at it like, oh man, these little niggas is aggressive. They're aggressive to the Bentleys. They're aggressive to the Rolls Royces. Because in their mind, man, how can y'all pass by their kids so they can't process this? They just know they coming from some conditions and they by Lenox Mall. So they in Buckhead. So they everywhere, homie. And y'all passing by, maybe handing out $5, and it's 10 of them. So they circling the car. They starting to resent y'all. Sooner or later, they gonna start robbing. They gonna start taking. Y'all ain't gonna create nothing. Man, you niggas go to the strip club and throw 250,000.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it off right there because to be honest, I'm gonna take this, bro. And I'm gonna explain that picture right there with Honeycomb Breeze in a minute. People always be like, you go to a strip club and you blow money every day and you don't give money out to the people in need and all that. I'm not in the right position to tell people how to spend their money and what the fuck they supposed to do with their money. I'm not gonna be on that bandwagon or be riding that trend to be like, you go to the club, you throw racks, but you only give $20 a kid. That's you do whatever the fuck you want to do with your money. That's you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. So we're not gonna go. I disagree with that right there. I don't care what you do with it and all that. You could be shit. To be honest, like you're not obligated. You're really not obligated to do anything, and it's messed up. But that's life. Like, let's say for instance, like you got somebody in your family that you help out, right? And they've been down bad, and then they just finally got a good job, and they finally come up, and I'm talking about doing good. You know what I'm saying? Got no debt or anything, and they just buy their own house, buy their own car, just disappear. I mean, some people like, man, dog, we done remember when he was down bad, we looked out for him, her, and everything. But to be real, nobody owe you a goddamn thing in the world. You get what I'm saying? Nobody really owe you a goddamn thing. I mean, yeah, it might be feelings behind and all that, but at the end of the day, this is life right here. There was no contract or nothing done. And that's why I realized as a community, we gotta understand that. Nobody owes you nothing. We ain't gonna play no victim role. We ain't gonna play no blaming thing and all that. That's just life. That's just life, bro. Facts. But Honeycomb Breezy, give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up right here. Saw that. This is why I had kind of used this. I ain't gonna lie, I've been dying, like crying off this picture of Honeycomb Breezy because this is how many of these people gonna look when they see the Waterboys or when these what many of the Waterboys gonna start drawing down on people. They'll be like, hold up now. Like, you gonna disrespect me? Like, what the hell? No. Honeycomb Breezy. Give me a second. I'm about to share the screen. Alright. There we go. There it is. About to share the screen. I just type in Honeycomb Breezy shot at, but we gonna look at this. This is yeah, I might not see, I might have to zoom in, but this is the reaction right here that most people are gonna get. This is where my mouse at. I wish I could have cropped this out. Life is a bitch. Yeah, you're a superstar though, but hey, it's a blessing at the same time. Life is however you perceive it, you know, that's what life is. Only you could create that perception of life. But yeah, it is what it is. But this is how people be looking right here. Most of them, when they see the damn Waterboys pull up as a perception. It's crazy, bro. It's like, you see that look right there? That look is like, oh shit, like, bro, like, don't do this to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that lurking look. Like, what the hell? Like, what y'all about to do, bro? You know? This is the type of stuff that makes somebody want to draw down on somebody or, you know, get the hell on out the way. So, the perception, I know it's been going on for years and all that, but it's getting worse. So, after all these, like you see on the news and everything, this is the propaganda. Shouts out to Don Oliver Davis with his book on the art and science of worldview warfare on propaganda, because you got people in the comments about, I live down the street by the Waterboys and they don't do this and that. It's just them other people do it, which is true. But you don't understand propaganda in the news though. So when they see these news things about a Waterboy shooting a couple over not buying water and everything, now they just overall looking at the boys as a perception of these people are reckless and they young and they don't give a fuck. Oh, and they black too, so that's ice on the cake. Remember I told you on the last video, hey, life ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We're not playing victim, but you know, if you were an indigenous person, the perception on you is on steroids 10 times. You just gonna have to go extra hard. Like shit, my damn slave job and everything, even the military and all that. I had to work extra hard and study extra hard, you know, because the fulfillment of my stereotype I'm not trying to fulfill, and the perception of me, and you know how people overall from the outside looking in. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna, like, that's that perception right there. I'm not playing no victim or nothing. fuck, no, I'm not no damn victim, never will be. But I'm just saying, we already know how life is, and it's just perception. It is what it is. So when they start looking at the news of the water boys acting wild and everything, they gonna think all the water boys is crazy, and they gonna start looking just like Honeycomb Brazy right there driving. I wish a fuck boy would try to run up on this damn Jeep. I blow this shit back. Y'all put him on the damn news. You see how fool he looking in the face? Hey, shouts out to my mother for watching this. My mother be saying, when I see somebody who look like this, we call my mother and my grandma. They be like, "You looking fool in the mouth." When you looking fool in the mouth, that little look, looking fool in the mouth. Look at, am I tripping? Like, look at his face right there. Look at his mouth. Look how he keep it. Like, look at it. I went to the army, man. Went to the army. What's up, Moe Factz? What's popping with you, bro? How's it going? We just over here talking about the water boys, talking about how serious it can get and how perception is everything. And then I had somebody in the comments talking about, well, you can't think of what other people think about you 24/7 and all that, which is true. But shouts to Moe Factz for teaching me about the nuances and what the word nuances mean. That means it's like many shades of gray. It's not just white and black. There's many different aspects of it. So you got people in the comments saying that you're not supposed to think about what other people think about you for 24/7, right? Oh, shouts out for the dang donation, Moe Factz. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Just talking about you. But you got, let me take this off. You got people over here telling you that you're right. You're not supposed to worry about what other people think about you 24/7. That is true. But if you in certain areas that's possible, or if you at your job, or you know, if you doing whatever, you kind of do care. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of bullshit when people talk about I don't give a fuck what nobody think about me or what nobody say about me. Yeah, that is true to a certain extent now. But if somebody feels as though that you a damn criminal or something, you gonna have a problem with that, right? If you're not a criminal, you know what I'm saying? Like it's nuances to this thing right here. You supposed to perception is everything. Like my father been telling me about this right here. It's not about what you know. It's about what they see or what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like if I pull up in my car and I go down a damn red light district area and I pick up a girl who's on the corner and everything, and people just see me pick up a girl, pick up a prostitute and go, and then 30 minutes later come back off and drop her off, they're gonna be like, oh, young girl over here fucking prostitutes. Not knowing, I use that as an example because Underbelly, Under Soft Belly, that guy on YouTube, he picking up these crackheads, he picking up prostitutes, he be picking up pimps, mostly prostitutes on Skid Row to do interviews with them. But people gonna look at him like he damn fucking them, but not knowing that he got a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers interviewing them about their lives. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is not about what the hell you doing, it's about the perception of it. About the perception. Perception is everything, man. Perception is everything. Like, let's be real. Like, if you got somebody in your family that was an addict or something, and they come to like the family house, some end up missing. Like, oh man, his ass over there, she always stealing shit, man. We gotta check her pockets or him pockets. Why is that? That's perception right there. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to break it down to y'all right there. I definitely appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you, Moe Factz, right there. I may open this panel up right here to see what's going on. I'm gonna open this panel up for a couple minutes before I go ahead and hop off. And I want to see if you want to drop something on it because I think this is gonna be something that I'm gonna do a part 2 on because I felt it, but I didn't really feel as though that I had broke it down. You know, like how I wanted to break it down. You kind of get what I'm saying? So, not stop screen sharing, but see what's going on real quick. So we overall saying perception is everything, man. Like let's keep that real. Like we know, like certain things that you don't give a damn how people look at you, how people care about you. Yeah, you got successful people who had that mindset, and yeah, that is true. But at the end of the day, you do gotta kind of be aware of how people perceive you and all that. That come on, that's networking and everything. Like for instance, with Moe Factz, if Moe Factz had a perception of me being like a bum or just being lazy, if I tell him I'm always doing something, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a perception of like, oh damn, young girl, I'm lazy and he a bum and all that. I actually care about that. I don't want him to perceive me as that. That's what I'm talking about. So when I talk about these water boys, that's overall what I'm saying. You gotta understand that we be quick to be perceived. Feel you. What's up, man? Go ahead, talk to me, bro.
Hey, what's up, bro? And I just want to chime in right quick. And perception is reality, and it's a fine line because, yeah, you shouldn't care what people think about you in one aspect of it, but you also should put your best foot forward and represent yourself in the best light possible. So I would never change who I am to accommodate people, but I want to make sure, am I representing who I really am in the best way possible? So I think a lot of times people are like, oh man, I ain't gonna do this because I seen fake. I want to keep it real. But it's like, is you keeping it real to yourself? When you go to a job interview, that's a perfect example. Like, you don't want to go in there speaking in a voice that you normally don't speak in, or carrying yourself in a way that you don't normally carry yourself, but you want to make sure that you're clean cut, have a fresh haircut, nice clothes on, presentable, so that you represent the best version of you. And I think that's the balance and nuance. And as you know, I use nuance about 100 times a day, to where the point is that, are you representing, the best you? So I think that's what we struggle with, because it's like, if we clean ourselves up or try to become a better person, people are going to try to knock you down and say, oh, you're not, you know what I'm saying? You being fake. You ain't keeping it real. So I just want to add that to the conversation.
That is true. You gotta understand about this people with that, you not keeping it real, you being fake. Come on, that we already know the psychology behind that. Like, those people will want to be in your same shoes because you have opportunities and you took advantage of them. On the other end, they had opportunities and they didn't took advantage of them. So that's from my experience and my observation on that. But another thing I want to say though is, like, perception is, you right, it's reality right there, because people in the comments off that video I did with the Waterboys, they just saying that, oh, this side is not like that. These boys are not like that. And I'm trying to help them open their mind, like, okay, you're right. They're not like that. But the perception of overall, most people now, when you hear Waterboys in Atlanta, what is it? Aggressive, violent, black, boys. No father in their life, right? So that's why I'm talking about perception overall. So I'm glad you came over here to break it down even more with a job interview.
Oh, and the same thing with a date as well. I mean, when you go on a date, you present the best version of yourself to that woman. You don't show up, something that you will wear, like if it's y'all kicking it around the house. You don't show up with some sweats, and some slides and a t-shirt. It's because, I want to show her the best version of me. And just to touch on this water boy thing for a minute, I think it's a very it's what we want black boys to be doing, to be assertive and taking their own future in their hands, and being entrepreneurial, having the entrepreneurial spirit. But at the same time, with anything, I'll say this, with anything, we saw this with rap music. Once something becomes lucrative, then you have another class of people come in and take it over. We saw this with rap. When rap first started, it was more like the weird kids or the nerd kids or whatever else. But when they start seeing it started making money, that's when you saw gangster rap come in. Because they were like, oh, this is an avenue to make money. So the street people like, well, we can get in this and we can take it over. I think you're seeing the same thing with the Waterboys. I'm sure the first Waterboys were some very entrepreneurial minded young men, but the fact that in any industry, when there's money flowing, you're going to have a criminal element coming in and try to exploit the system. So I want to add that to the same conversation as well.
And yeah, I'm glad you add that, because it was an entrepreneurial approach at first. And I want to say this: there was this video on YouTube about this water boy. I think he was making $200 a day as a young brother, right? I'm talking about, like, not old enough to have a job, but making $200 a day off of water and doing it the professional way and all that. Shouts out to him. But what Mo is saying, there's people who's going to extort it. They're going to try to come, like the same thing with the rap game. You're right. It was a time where the rap game was for squares. What was it, during Jay Prince era with Rap A Lot Records? I think before the ghetto.
When you look at the first rappers, I mean, like Rappers Delight and those kind of guys, you know what I'm saying? They were kind of like, you're saying, not square. I mean, I wouldn't say squares, but they wasn't gangster. But once gangster people realized that there was their money to be made. I mean, you look at crypto or anything. I mean, anytime like something start to make money, you start to attract a street element into it because they see it's a quick hustle or jugs to it as well.
That is, yeah, I feel what you're saying. That is true. But and you're right. So, but we gotta understand that that's with anything, especially like if you a brother or sister, you know when stuff get extorted, and you know when stuff exploited. And you know that you just still gotta keep pushing through and making sure you cross your T's and dot your I's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, we saw this with flipping houses, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I think you're saying maybe like the early 2000s, flipping houses was a good solid way to make money. But then you had people that wanted to get into it to make a fast buck, and they started cutting corners. And that's when you had the scam artists come in it. We see it in YouTube as well. You see some people that actually took the time to grow their channel and grow their following, and then other people think they can come in and just beef with those people and, you know what I'm saying, and hijack their way into, you know what I'm saying, a lane into the, you know what I'm saying, the content creation. But it's very short lived. And those people you tend to end up ruining the market, no matter what it is.
and I'm glad you brought that up because you're right. They do hijack stuff with that, like that little, like you gotta go through the grind and everything. And you said, what did you said earlier? Well, you had used the example as earlier before that YouTube thing.
Or what, YouTubing? Or before that?
Before YouTube, what you had said?
Flipping houses.
Okay, boom. Shouts
Like
out to
you have people that say, you know what, I'm gonna buy this old house, I'm gonna put the hard work into it, and you know, I'm gonna make, you know what I'm saying, make a decent profit off of it. And then you had these scam artists coming and say, you know what, I'm gonna make it look like I put a lot of hard work into it, but just cover this old rickety floor, you know what I'm saying, this old paint over this old, you know what I'm saying, asbestos wall, not doing, you know what I'm saying, cutting corners, and then they end up ruining a market. So, I mean, we see this all the time where whenever some entrepreneurial minded black people get into something, then there's always a segment of society that comes in behind them and looks for the hustle or the scam in it. And I hate to see these young boys be castigated in a certain way, to the point where it's Waterboys is synonymous with basically, I mean, you have the real Waterboys. They're out there just buying for one, selling for two. They're buying water for cheap and they're selling it for $1 and they're making a profit margin. And then you have another group of people that's setting up actually tolls. These tolls are synonymous with hood tax that you saw in the rap game. Before it was like, you know, you could go tour anywhere you wanted to. But then when gangsters got into rap, it's like, nah, you got to pay to get to come to my city. Or you're going to be robbed or you're going to be harassed. It's the same mentality. I mean, this Waterboy game is very synonymous with the rap game because you have people like, you know, Trick, and not to call them out specifically, but to come to Detroit, you got to pay a hood tax. And if you don't pay a hood tax, you know what I'm saying, you can't come down, you know what I'm saying, come to this club or this, you know what I'm saying, this venue. Now these Waterboys are taking the same approach. Some of them are. You can't come down my street unless you pay a hood tax. You know, that's it's just their way of putting unofficial tolls. But I'll say this, they're no worse than what these private people are doing with toll roads and building these private roads, where to get to point A to point B, you have to pay these large tolls just to get to work every day. So I mean, it's no different. So I mean, that's why it's nuanced that if you look at them in a certain light, then you got to look at these other places that build these roads and they privatize them and they actually charge you to move about your own city.
Exactly. So yeah, that is true. That is messed up. Like how they got in Florida, they got that the tolls. I never have experienced that until I came to Florida, where you gotta have a sun pass to go. Like you gotta pay to go to certain areas. That's crazy. Because South Carolina was not like that, nor Georgia, or the part of Georgia I was in. You're right though, but with the rappers and the you gotta pay a hood pass to come to my hood and to do my club stuff and all that. That's the problem right there. It's like you don't own shit, you don't own the street or nothing like that. So why the fuck would you trying to do something? You know what I'm saying? So I understand why some of these rappers or singers be like, I ain't paying shit. And they got these security guards and ain't nothing happened to them. It was what it is. It's just some of the rap trap things though. So I understand what you're talking about with the nuances of them doing unofficial taxes. Same thing with the water boys and everything. With most of them, we just gotta understand that you got to just go ahead and grind. Like this perception overall with the water boys, it just has to change because it's getting real dangerous. I know I'm jumping all over the place. My bad, Mo, but that's what I'm trying to get to you.
No, you're fine. What you're gonna see is they're probably gonna cities probably gonna legislate like they did panhandling. And it's like I said, this is nothing new. If you're old enough in New York City, they used to see it in movies. In the old, if you watch late 80s, early 90s movies, where you would see where homeless people would actually dirty up your windows when you would stop. They would have like an old rag and it would dirty up your window, and then you had to pay to get it clean. So we've seen this before. It's nothing new under the sun.
That's
So
crazy.
we're just seeing another form of this. Same thing with panhandling. What you're going to see is the cities are probably going to come in and they're going to have a license to operate, and they're going to have to get like vests, like you see panhandlers in certain cities. They actually have to have a vest that's issued by the city that allows you to be out in these blocks doing business. So I think that would be the best thing, because the last thing I want to see happen is a young boy get shot and killed over being silly. And a lot of these
Exactly.
little boys are just being silly. They don't take life seriously. Now there are some irredeemable cases out there. Don't get it twisted. But for the most part, what we see is that the silly ones emulate the real troublemakers. And what I hate to see happen is one of these young boys get shot behind reaching into the wrong car, hanging on the wrong car. So
And you're
I
right.
just want to
I
make
see this. I call that personal fable because there are most of them boys who are doing silly stuff and they don't know what they're doing. That's personal fable right there. What I was saying earlier. But Rico, what's up? What's up with you, brother? How you doing? I think your mic. Can you can say something real quick, Rico?
You can hear me?
Yeah. Turn your mic up a little bit or speak louder.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Hello, you can hear me now?
Yeah, perfect. What's up with you?
Oh, chilling, man. I just I had subscribed to your show like a week ago.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man. I definitely appreciate it. What you wanted to speak on tonight about this topic with the water boys and just protection overall, off of what Mo Factz said. I wanted to speak on tonight about this topic, the water boys. Whoa! Your mic's not far away now, brother. I don't know if you got headphones in or not, but you barely can hear you. Yeah, I'm about to say we can't hear you that well right now. You sound super far away. I can't hear you at all. So I don't know if you gotta probably fix your audio and jump back in. Let me double
Yeah, I'm
check.
gonna try to see if I can
Oh, boom! Now
redo this
you
shit
good.
real quick.
Go ahead. You good?
My bad.
Go ahead. So I don't know if you gotta probably fix your audio and jump back in.
I think he got another window open in the background.
Hey yo. Rico, you heard what Mo Factz said?
Hello? Can you?
Yeah. Mo said that you probably got another window open in the background or something.
I probably did. Hold on one second.
Because at first we hear you real good for like a couple seconds, and then it sounds like you far away, like the sunken place.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Yeah, hear you great. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that shit's crazy. But yeah, man. Oh, you can hear me now for real?
I hear better. Yeah.
All right. But shit, I just subscribed to your channel a couple of weeks ago, man. And I just saw you talking some positive shit. I wanted to chime in on it. See, you was talking about how like the influence of Waterboys and all that type of stuff.
You said about the influence, right?
Yeah. My bad. I'm just trying to make sure you can hear me on this shit. But what I meant to say is, it's like overall the influence. I'm saying with everything is that same influence. I'm saying like if we got Megan Thee Stallion, she's selling fake everything as a woman. You know what I'm saying? You got the niggas in Atlanta. They selling slime music. Like slime is like the lowest bottom of us being out here in the world. Like the street dudes, the slime, that's the lowest part of a gangster. You know what I'm saying? So the influence overall is a negative aspect. What I'm saying, and what they taught everybody to do is to look the other way. They taught us to look the other way with the purse. They taught us to look the other way with when niggas wearing purses, dresses, everything.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's a program. So think about it. 20 years down the line, our kids ain't even gonna know how to recognize nothing because we just look the other way, and that's what the program is for.
You nailed it. What you guys say about that, Moe Factz?
Well, one of the biggest things that's been perpetrated in our community is the Tupac aspect of only God can judge me. You know, that we always say that only God can judge me, only God can judge me. It's like we should be able to judge each other, because if you're harmful to the community, that should be pointed out. But like the brother was saying, that everybody looks the other way because nobody wants to be called on their own shit. So it's like, I'll let you do you.
Everybody look the other way. My bad. Everybody look the other way because they making the world glorify money. Like money turns off the money. Money won't make me judge Young Thug if he wear this skirt or something. But if my cousin wear it, I'll say something to him. But since he got money, the respect level is higher. I can't get to him, so that just sets the standard.
And that's exactly right, because what popped up, and I remember when this started showing up, was, oh, they making money though. Oh, they getting the bag though. And that was like the justification for anything, wearing dresses or any kind of depraved acts, even killing each other or whatever else. Like, oh, they getting the bag though. So it was like money above everything else. So we can't get mad when other cultures exploit us and have the same mentality of, well, we making money doing it, exploiting y'all black folks or victimizing y'all black folks. So you can't get mad at us because we making money, and only God can judge me. So you see how this is a slippery slope when we start, when other groups start taking and practicing the things that we practice. So I just wanted to point that out.
I had one thing I want to say. I had on my Blueface video when I was talking about Blueface doing that breaking and entering somebody in the comments was like, he got money, and yeah, he got money though, and he doing stuff that y'all would never do, and this and that. And I'm like, bro, like I'm trying to give constructive criticism to Blueface. I don't know if it's a girl or a dude, it don't even matter. It was a dick riding stand. But we over here just trying to, we don't want to see Blueface fail. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to take out a black brother and all that. It just blew my mind that most people just override the whole message behind the video and just be like, but they got money though. They got money that you can't spend, bins and all that. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, Mo? Like, you're right. That just blows my mind. It's like they easily be like, you a hater. He got money. Like, you quit hating and shit. And I'm just like, I don't know how to attack that more. I don't know how to, maneuver around that.
I mean, there is no maneuvering around that when people put money over everything else. But that's what, if you want to go take it there, like they say, the love of money, and I'm gonna be clear when I say this, the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money. People mess that saying up and say, oh, money's the root of all evil. It's the love of money. So if you justify everything that you do with the love of money, then or by your worship of money, then that's how evil gets started. So I mean, it's crazy. You would hear these things like, "Let me do me. I'ma do me." You know what I mean? It's like a form of narcissism as well, or self-worship, that nobody, you know what I'm saying, thinks about their impact of their actions. Even in my generation, it was like, long as I'm taking care of me and my family, or me and my crew, or me and my block, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, then it's like, oh, it's screw everybody else. And then it moved and shifted to, as long as I'm taking care of me, screw my block, screw my family. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow, like, you don't even look out for the people that's close to you anymore.
And
It's
see,
only you. No, you good. I'm done.
you're right about that. That's something that we can't really tackle around. Like, you got rappers now. You got rappers talking about, broke niggas can't talk. I can't beef with broke niggas. You peasants, you workers, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a narcissistic approach. It's like, if you ain't got $1,000,000 to spend, don't even talk to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell? Like, you get what I'm saying? So you're right about that. That is narcissistic, and that is kind of ignorant, because a homeless person or somebody who look like an average Joe may got wisdom for a lifetime, intellectual property that could help you excel. You know, so we pretty much, most of the men, many of the men from, hold on, let me go ahead and break this down real quick. From my observations, from my experiences, I see many men who are trying to be in the category with women on being materialistic. You get what I'm saying? Be like, why would I listen to you, old man? You ain't got a damn Benz. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta stop with that. So I'll let you go ahead and get back on.
Yeah, it's because they don't value wisdom. They don't value leadership. To be honest with you, I mean, we had this conversation before, that there's no hierarchy in the streets anymore. Before, it was like you couldn't move, and this is, I'm speaking just in generalities on organized crime. There was certain kind of rank and structure, and things had to be sanctioned and that kind of thing. But now it's with the proliferation of guns and just lawlessness, um these young boys, I mean, move on their own time. And it's crazy because it's like, if nobody can talk to them, then I mean, what how do you deal with that? And I think this is the makings of another crime bill, or the makings of the environment that justifies another crime bill. Because when you can't get hold of your kids anymore, and me being a parent of 4, if you can't get a hold of your kids anymore, then you have to bring the state in. And it's like, you throw your hands up in the air. There's nothing else I could do with him. I've tried. You handle him. And that starts the prison, the pipeline, the elementary school, the prison, the pipeline, what's it called? The prison, public school, the prison pipeline, where he's behavioral, he has learning behavior, you know what I'm saying, emotional behavior issues. They're setting them up for the fall. The same thing, I can't do anything with him, come get him, that kind of thing. So we're going to start introducing the state back into our lives to handle problems that we should be able to handle on our own.
That's true. I remember my kindergarten teacher had tried to do that bullshit to me, man. My mom shut her down with that. Had say I was remedial or something, or a behavior problem. But anyways, you're right. So I'm gonna use one example. What's up with you, Nicer? I'm gonna use one example. You're gonna know I'm talking about Lil Wayne. They did an interview with Lil Wayne. It was like, can you explain to us what's in your cup and all that? Because he was sipping lean and all that. Lil Wayne was like, why the fuck you wanna know what's in my cup? What's in my cup? They gave me a Mountain Dew multi-million-dollar sponsorship deal. What's in My Cup had made me sell multi-million-dollar records with Cash Money. What's in My Cup had made me become a nominated rapper of the year and all that. Instead of what's in my cup, you should want to drink what's in my cup. You know what I'm saying? That little narcissistic approach, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is this bad behavior is sanctioned by the, you know what I'm saying, by the elite. They want young boys running wild. They want, and then like I said, and it comes in cycles because what you're seeing now is what we saw in my era with O-Dog and Menace to Society. It's that young boy that you can't tell nothing to. Like really, the old heads are even scared to say anything to him because he's it's what they used to call a super predator. And it was a very small number of kids, but the majority of kids would emulate these kids just as a survival mechanism. The way they would carry themselves, because like when you're dealing with a person that, for lack of a better word, a word they call themselves a savage, you had to pretend to be a savage yourself just to survive. And it paints a picture that's, you're saying, it's not true of our society. But then, you know, they'll have, like I said, the crime bills come in, family courts get involved, all kind of different, you know what I'm saying? And that's the plan, is to let these young boys run wild to the point where we can't just come in and put our boot on their neck. We have to ask for their parents' permission to put our boot on their neck. And I think that's what they're striving for.
Before I let you hop on, Rico, anybody who don't know, this is Minister Society, this O-Dog you talking about. Right? Let me try to see what
he was 15. He was supposedly 15 in that movie.
He was 15. He's supposed to be a 15-year-old in this movie. See how, if y'all know Minister Society, this is what they want the brother to look like. They want him to be reckless where the OGs can't talk to him because he done blew the brains out of the guy who owned the store for talking crazy to him. For just saying, I think it was like hurt and buy whatever. And
now he told him, I feel sorry for your mother.
Oh, I feel
and
sorry
when he said that, and the crazy thing was they caught it on video camera. Spoiler alert for people that ain't seen the movie, but they caught the killing on video camera, and they took the video the tape, and was selling copies of it in the hood, and they would just watch it over and over and over again. I mean, like, this is pre-internet and pre-cell phones and pre-social media. Yeah. So this was just like they were getting off on the murder, and you're saying the cold-blooded murder. It wasn't like he was in the streets or anything else. The dude just said, I feel sorry for your mother. But that goes to show you that was, and then just shout out to Ayo when I say this, that was him worshiping his, you're saying, his nab mother. Right? It was the mother worship. You know, you can say anything about anybody but my mother, you know, and it made him react in that manner. So,
and that's him right there holding that shotgun, I believe. And he laughed at the video that they playing, because back then in the 90s they had VHS, you know. So they just, like how you say, they was selling it in the hood, and he was over there like, you see what I did to him? Boom, boom, I shot him. Ha ha, yeah. And you said this was a 15-year-old young
O-Dog was 15 years old in that movie.
15 years old in this movie, and this is how they want the average stereotypical black man, indigenous, you know, the man to look like. So when we talk about Waterboys perception, they want them, the whole perception is this. They want them to be like, you know, criminals, which is not true. But you know what I'm saying? So like, come on, we gotta step it up. My bad, Rico. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, the whole perception, man. They sell.
Yo, Rico.
I got an artist, bro. Like right now. You can hear me?
Yeah, I'm about to say we can't hear Rico. You probably about to back out and come back in. But what you had wanted to say more on it though?
No, that just goes to show you that it comes in cycles. We've seen this before. And at the same time, you had rappers like I think his name was Badass, not Bootsy Badass, but Badass. He was supposed to be like an O-Dog character. You saw these young kids. I think his name was like Little Vicious and what's his name from Wu-Tang Clan? Shaheem. There was like this young wave of rappers they weren't like crisscross. I mean, they was actually thugged out, and you're seeing the same thing today. It's like the younger, the more gangster, the better.
And I mean, it's just a cycle
Yeah, that's
repeating
what it do.
itself, and it's
NBA
kind of
YoungBoy.
sad that we're here again. But you know, it is what it is.
And you're right, that money, I I had to talk about this morning though. People be saying money is the root of all evil. You gotta be careful with that. You can't try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Because money help save people, grandparents and mother, from passing away. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
so
the love. It's the love of money.
okay, like that song.
The love of money is the root of all evil.
What was that? The Thuggish Ruggish Bones, like, it's the love of money. Gotta get that money, man.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, you're right. Yo, Rico.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying shit. The NBA YoungBoy, Quando Rondo, everybody that's like all the new artists that's rolling out. I have an artist right now that's he's on a small label in Atlanta. But I had to talk to this man and like really, I'm saying like really let him know like what's going on, like what type of spot you in, what type of position that you holding, bro. Cause like anything you saying, like this shit is really like it can be a war zone out here. Soon as you say the wrong thing, shit, I can get hit because of you. You know what I'm saying? And the shit, it don't supposed to be built like that, but they basically putting everybody that's black in a war against each other to get the goal that they have. Like that's what it's kind of pissing me off because I'm an A&R and I gotta kind of like deal with that shit at the same time. So I see this shit like the inside of like how this shit is, and it's really like it kind of make me back away from it because I'm like, I'm not trying to sell this shit to the jits, like, but at the same time, like you said, it's about money. But as you get deeper into it, you starting to see how dirty this shit is, though.
That's crazy, man. You right about that. The A&R, even managers, like, what was the dude name? King Von. Dude, he was doing the same job you was doing. Got hit in the leg off of some shit.
Yeah, man, that's what I be telling them. Like, they just run around here and they think it's all fun and games, but you got people life, you got people you got to go back home to, and it's like I ain't trying to just be out here on no bullshit, like just get popped on some bullshit. Just because a nigga said some shit or he say she say or this nigga got some shit on the song and none of y'all have real experience. All of y'all experience come off through the cell phone.
Well, I mean, I'll
So
say
it's
this:
like, damn.
it is fun and games to them. I mean,
Yeah,
you
right.
gotta look at the teenage mind. That I mean, I'm saying just give perspective. I'm 40 years old. I remember the teenage mind. I didn't mind driving 120 miles an hour. I didn't mind, taking those kind of risks because you think you're immortal. You're so young, you don't think death can touch you. And we see this kind of same mentality crop itself up in other cultures when you're saying white boys are in X Games and riding down rails and they're riding down these like 40, 50 feet drops on skateboards or jumping out of planes or swimming with sharks because they're adrenaline junkies. I mean, we had to really look at this in our culture that a lot of these kids are exhibiting the same behaviors in different manners, but they're chasing the same high. It's adrenaline junkie. So
Yeah, but to me, I just feel like the only difference is like our program is to put us against us. You don't see Lil Timmy and Lil Tanner beefing with each other on YouTube like every day like we do, bro. Like you don't
oh no,
see
no,
Lil Timmy
yeah. I'm
or
just saying,
Lil, like a
I
white.
agree with you on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
they
I'm just
don't
saying,
have the
but
idols that we have.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that the point is, I totally agree with you on that. That it manifests itself in different ways. But I'm saying they're chasing the same
Yeah,
high. You see video after video after video of kids breaking their arms and okay, I'm gonna give you an example. You remember that what was it called? Backyard wrestling? When them dudes be jumping off of
Yeah,
houses. You know what I'm saying? Like they were harming each other. Jackass, same thing. It was
yeah.
they were chasing money and adrenaline and clout. It's the same thing in our community. It just plays itself out in a different way. Um
yeah.
Yeah, those backyard wrestling, man. A lot of those dudes got paralyzed and injured because they was like, this is how you blow. This is how you get in the WWE.
Yeah.
This is how you. I'm saying, just replace rap with the WWE. It's like, this is how you get in the game. You know what I'm saying? You jump off your
But
house
Mo,
and
but they used to have "Do Not Try This at Home," and these are dangerous. And you see on the top screen the TVMA, they had that with our
Used to have
people
all that shit.
or
They don't
with
got that shit no more.
what? Yeah, we don't got it no
I
more.
said they used to have all that shit. They don't even put it up no more when this shit come on.
Exactly, Mo. So remember when they used to put that "Do Not Try This at Home"? We don't recommend this. This is like da da da. But with the rap,
yeah, but then they turn around and show the same videos on what's that show with the white dude and big something. He was a skateboarder or something. Yeah, ridiculousness. Now they say that don't try this at home, but then they'll turn around and show the videos of people trying it at home. So did you really mean don't try this at home? I mean, it's like
No,
you can
you
say
meant
that,
try
but
this at home when everybody gone.
right, or it says if you do try this at home, we'll exploit you off of it. So
yeah, I remember there was another show on MTV called Scarred, and it was like, these are footages of real events. Do not try it at home. If you even send it to us, we will not even open the package. Pretty much saying we will not open your film. You know, remember Scarred when they used to?
no, I remember that. I'm just saying, but they never ran out of material.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
They
It just
still
with
got
the rap,
material.
you don't know reality and from actuality. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you got people
Right.
who are
With the rap, they're mixing it.
My bad, go ahead.
Oh, my bad, man. Yeah, I was just saying with the rap, they're mixing it so much that kids, they don't really know. I'm saying our kids. I ain't gonna say just kids. I'm gonna say our kids, the melanin kids. Our kids don't know how to differentiate it. So if this guy, he don't have a father, of course he gonna follow NBA YoungBoy the same way I follow Jay-Z. But the way the message is nowadays, you going to jail automatically. You know what I'm saying? You going to prison or somebody's dying automatically. It's the results are way more detrimental than it was when Tupac and Jay-Z, they just want you to buy a CD and go to jail a little bit. This shit, they want you to kill somebody off so you can get on.
No, and that's what I'm saying. We had the same thing. It was the same thing back then, though. That's what I mean. To be honest with you, Jay-Z, recently Jay-Z apologized for the Big Pimpin' song. And that was him kissing up the feminist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had to kiss the feminist ass. What he really should be apologizing is him highlighting the false narrative that you could turn drug money into a record empire. And it's a lot of young men that's my age that were locked up chasing that. Like, if I get this sack, flip it, you know what I'm saying? Get me some CDs, get me a CD burner. You know what I'm saying? I'm aging myself now, but you know what I'm saying? Get me a CD burner and flip it into some, you know what I'm saying, into Rockefeller. And there's so many people that got, you know what I'm saying, big number years
and that's what
chasing that model.
They selling that nowadays with like when they say, okay, these people, these guys independent, like they did Young Dolph. Young Dolph was never independent, but he was signed to Atlantic. But Atlantic made him look independent. So the masses will say, I'm gonna be independent like Dolph. I'm gonna come up like Dolph. You gonna like the same shit you just said. So it's painting a false persona to the kids, and they think that's how you do it, and that's no way near how you do the shit. It's so many. They like the marketing of labels nowadays is so crazy because they don't have no real way to make money, so they gotta do all this bullshit to make the money.
Yeah, that is true. That is. What do you say about that, Mo?
No, I mean I totally agree with you, and that
I just know because I'm in it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the smoke and mirrors. Like I said, that was the. I mean, I made music when I was younger. And that was the thing, is just like, man, if we just had somebody to give us some money, a dope boy or something, saying, come along and put money into our dream. That was the model. That was the business model. And nowadays it's like now, and I'll say this, record companies don't want big stars anymore. Let's be clear. Oh, no. They do not want to have to deal with a Jay-Z or a Nas or a 50 Cent or a Jeezy or a Gucci or none of those.
Nope.
They got a steady supply of expendable artist. You know, you come out, you make 2 or 3 hot songs, you're in jail, then you get replaced by another person. And it's wash, rinse, repeat. And it's the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
The hardest thing for a record label to do is to deal with a big star.
Yeah, so you got like
you're right, though.
My bad. You got Rico? I can't hear you.
Oh no, I was just saying that he was right. He right about that, man, because they just want hits. It's less overhead to put an artist through development and, you know, build up all these songs and pay for all these features in advance. They rather just ride the wave with what you're doing right then, and as it go down, they'll, like you said, they'll throw you to the side and pick somebody up because it's so saturated now.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I saw Zaytoven doing the same method. He was like, my bad, what you said?
I was saying pretty much. You good? Go ahead, man.
You're right. They want hits. They don't care about building. They want the artist to be already, you know, set up, and you know, you make like 2 or 3 hits, and you know, you get killed or you get locked up, and we go on to the next one. I think one person who support this channel, I think it was they sent me a link of somebody sound just like NBA YoungBoy, literally. You know, NBA YoungBoy about to do some remix probably.
I said, I think that's my artist because that's what he sounds like.
Hold on. You gotta talk louder, Rico. I hear you, but it's kind of low though.
I said, I think that's my artist that she may be talking about because that's what they was. That's how he sounds. He has that sound, and that's what the label they trying to. His name is NSG Black, but he got a sound. He sounds just like NBA YoungBoy.
Right?
NSG Black, BLATT.
You said EL.
Oh, my bad. NSG.
Yeah.
Black.
All right. Gotcha. It was on. Damn, I wish I could go on Instagram on my phone. NSG Black. After OT Bop, Ot Bop. So how long this dude been out?
Since like last year, like last year, not that long, bro. Like, I mean, like seriously, probably just last year. But he had stuff before that, but.
Oh, okay. So this is what we're talking about right here. I don't want to play the music and get flagged down. They'd be like, "You copyright claim." Da da da. I'm like, oh shit. But so you saying that the record label is trying to not promo, but trying to put him in that NBA YoungBoy type, you know, category?
Yeah, because like I said, it's about hearing stuff sonically. Like if you hear this, you're gonna think it's NBA YoungBoy, rather you know if it's him or not. So that means it can still sell somewhere else in the world, whether it's a movie or whatever. But like old boy said, if he get taken off the scene, that's a good person to have. You can have this guy just record songs and say it's NBA YoungBoy. So it's a business, man.
Yeah, it's a business at the end of the day. I mean,
I think I supposed to say that.
I know. I mean, it's our face. I mean, it's just if we want to, like, you know, look at it and watch out, or people just don't care. I mean, like I said earlier, there's kids who just don't, like, you know, invincible. There's been a time where I felt like I was invincible, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'll say this too. I mean, I got a daughter that's 17. So I'm saying I stay tapped into the music, and I told her the NBA YoungBoy was gonna be a star when she was like 13, 14 years old. Because this was back in the Dat Piff days and the mixtape days, and I saw the promotion that he was having, and also that NBA. Don't get it twisted. That NBA has a lot to do with NBA YoungBoy success because it has a brand that comes with it. It's like a brand association to NBA. But I told her, I was like, you know, he was gonna be a star. But I notice nowadays kids don't listen to music the way we listen to music. They don't have the connection with music that we had the music. Their music is just like background music to whatever they're doing. We were into artists and the artist life and the development and like the journey and that kind of thing. Now they just have it on in the background. Cause I'll ask her like,
Yeah.
who you listening to? And she's like, she don't really give me names. It's like I like this song or that song, but she's not really a fan of artists, which I find is very strange. They don't really get a connection with artists like we used to.
It's like a kid. Like I remember when I was young, I used to read this magazine where this Asian girl gave Nas album like 5 mics, I think, and stuff like that. Like with like Lil Wayne and stuff, they used to like rate these artists albums and like talk about what it was about. Give their opinion on it. I get you saying it's like a connection with that specific artist, but now it's like every artist like, well, I like this song, I like that song, not the artist though.
Yeah, they have no connection with the artist other than like if you follow them on social media or whatever. But like I said, now you can have grown men that say, "No, I'm a Tupac fan or I'm a Biggie fan," and that fandom was so great it led to the East Coast West Coast beef. Like you had people that didn't know each other that hated each other from the opposite side of this country off the strength of rappers. I don't think that's the same case nowadays. I think it's just that it's just they want to be part of something. They're into an artist, but the artist nowadays is here today, gone tomorrow. There's no real connection. You still have Nas fans to this day. You still have Jay-Z fans to this day. Same thing with Wu-Tang Clan or whatever. You keep going down the list. Even Gucci and Jeezy, you have fans. You saw that with the verses. Nowadays the kids, they have no connection with this. It's just it's like timeline rap. It's like whatever's hot on your timeline at the moment. And then once it moves up the timeline, it's like it fades into the into the black. And then something else will fill up your timeline.
You're right about that. What's up, Rico? You got to say on it? Oh, that sneeze. Well, I hate that feeling. I don't think Rico heard me, but you right, Natasha. Your son, we all listen to like I'm telling you, nostalgia, 80s and 90s, even the 70s. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna tell you what I've been listening to earlier this morning before I had went to work. Straight this. Listen to Mary Jane Girls, the Pointer Sisters. Uh, we go all the way back. It's like many more. What was that other song? Evelyn, I think that's the name. Or Love Come Down. So I get what you're saying. Like I'm like an old soul kind of. I guess I like to listen to music back in because they have meaning with it, with the artists and everything. But now it's like the formula. It's like copy and paste. So like, oh, you could do this and that. We got auto tune. We got this and that. Okay, boom. We're gonna make you do this and that. It's like McDonald's kind of like fast food production. Like if you got, you know what I'm saying.
That's exactly what it is. Because like McDonald's doesn't take any skill to make. You could hire somebody with no culinary arts, and it's come pre-packaged, right? It's like just heat the burgers up, slap it on the bun, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? It's no craft to it anymore. I think Migos was really like the last rappers that had talent, to keep it 100 with you. As far as just like being crafted in rapping, the way they used to rap, I'm saying it actually had a level of skill to it.
Okay.
That's from my old head opinion.
No,
But
I kind of get what you're saying. They've been rapping. I ain't gonna lie. Most of the rappers rap bullshit, but they flow is kind of different though. Like that is kind of skill. I ain't gonna lie. Snoop Dogg try to make fun of it, but he couldn't really do it because that's a flow that he mastered. So yeah, I get you.
yeah, it's a skill level. Even with Megan Thee Stallion, she could tell she grew up a rapper.
Yeah.
She grew up, valuing the quality of rhyming. It translates in her music. Now, I mean, but they don't want to hear that.
No, they want you show your ass. That's what they want. You want to see some titties and ass. We don't give a damn if you can rap, girl. Yeah, that's just the society now.
So that goes to show you, even skilled people had to dumb their lyrics down. Some of these things that passed for, I mean, I even heard this that Jay-Z and Nas song on the Khaled's album, and it was like, it was so expected. It was like, you know what I'm saying, so predictable. It's like, what is this? I mean, it was nothing. To be honest, to be honest with you, like even the sorry not sorry, like the title of it is like cliche. It's like this is like meme rap. It's timeline rap. It's just it has no quality. And I'll say this, and I'll turn it back over.
Okay.
I think what we're witnessing right now is the equivalent to disco music in that era. You notice how nobody listens to disco? Like out of all the oldies, nobody's playing disco at the cookout.
Oh, I get what you're saying. It's like background music.
Right. It's gonna be a lost era in music when it's all said and done.
God dang, you said some crazy stuff. Like Jay-Z need to stop damn rapping. Why the hell you keep saying he retired and keep coming back? That thing's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like how Ayo said.
He can't stop.
You say he can't stop?
No, he can't stop. He signed that 360 deal with Live Nation.
Oh yeah, that Live Nation thing. Yeah, you're right. See, that's something I just became educated off of that. Live Nation is above Rock Nation, so that's crazy right there. People fail to realize that. Like he be doing that boss man stuff now, man. Just a rich house slave. But go ahead, Rico. I don't know. I'm about to say, Rico, I don't know if you got your internet connection off, but it's like I'm not muting you or nothing, but I don't even know where you at, but your connection it's like the third time it happened, my brother. Yeah, most spit facts. Yeah, Nike said she's spitting facts. Disco music. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of felt repulsed when you said like, "Oh, don't do disco like that." But I'm like, damn, what is a disco song I could name? Give me a disco
Who
song.
not disco besides YMCA?
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
you got YMCA and it's like a couple of other ones, but nobody's like. I mean that's oldies. I mean, if you think about it, that's oldies. But nobody's going back, and people don't even sample disco.
Oh, you right. They ain't gonna be like, put on that YMCA in the car. Oh, damn, you right. You right. But on some damn Teddy Pendergrass or some goddamn
But
Marvin.
I'll say this too. We seen this before. Nobody's putting on the Franchise Boys. Nobody's putting on Knuck If You Buck. I mean, like that whole era, that was a lost era. The white tee era. Because it was the ringtone rap.
Boy?
Huh?
Or we go urban now. We go older. I mean younger, which is Soulja Boy. Crank that Soulja Boy.
It wasn't that whole little era between the Franchise Boys. It was the Whisper song. You know what I'm saying? That was like a lost era in hip hop, huh?
The Ying Yang Twins Whisper song.
Yeah, the post Crunk. So Crunk came, and then after Crunk, it was this weird ringtone rap. It was Pretty Ricky.
Oh yeah.
That whole look, it was like, what is it? B2K. Bow Wow got caught up in that. That's why Bow Wow was one of the biggest artists there was, but he was a victim of that era.
But let's be real. I still listen to that "Let Me Hold You," but with Lil Bow Wow, Marion. But I get you saying though, that era though, kind of, it's like I don't see too many people be like play that Lil Bow Wow though. So yeah.
Right.
Rico, what you gotta say, Rico? We're gonna try for the 5th time. Hopefully, we can hear you. Nope, no good, sir. I think you probably gotta. Yeah, you're right, sis. And Lou, that "Let Me Hold You" thing turned up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I sampled that. I actually sampled that "Let Me Hold You" song on this channel. Actually, I made it a Bryson Tiller, like trap soul, because I like making trap soul beats. But it's called. Dang, man, I forgot. But it's on my channel. I know. But yeah, But overall, we saying we not putting on that damn the Yang Twins Whisper Post Crump or that little Bow Wow song. It's like a lost era right there. I get what you're saying. Crazy, man. Now that's different right there. That's different. But my bad, Mo. Yeah.
No, I mean, but we, like I said, we have these all the time where we have these lost eras of music. And then we have these like these highly violent. I mean, like, don't get it twisted. When West Coast had their run with Mac Mall and Spice One and Sibo, and them boys was wild. I mean, like wild. Like they were making some murderous music. So this is nothing new. I mean, don't act like these young boys or if this is something new that they're doing. But I just think this is the time that we're at. And hopefully on the backside of this, we'll have a creative era like we did in like the late 90s, like 96 on, where like it was a reemergence of actual quality music again.
So you saying this whole era just drill music and these rappers going to grave sites and dissing their enemies, that's gonna be like a lost era of music? That's what you saying?
Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, like 5 years down the line from now, I ain't gonna hear nobody be like, "Hey, play that Julio Folio, Who I Smoke." No, Young and Ace, Who I Smoke, or that Julio Folio, When I See You, a sample from Fantasia. I just don't see people saying play that. So you're right.
Do you, like I said, do you hear anybody saying play Mac Mall or Spice One or Sibo? I'm trying to think of all the
I don't
West
even know who
Coast
Tebow
rappers
is.
at the time, huh?
I don't even know who Tebow is.
Sibo. I mean, like these were like gangster rappers. Like, I mean, legit. Like, what I mean by that is gangsters that were rapping. I mean, they were actually putting in the work. Yeah, but nobody's saying that. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Nobody's even playing Mike Jones or Webby and them boys. I mean, let's just keep it 100.
Yeah. Webby got his neighbor. They done remixed the Independent song. Moving to a wealthy neighborhood. So they got a podcast gonna be right. Nobody ain't playing that shit. Nobody ain't be like, "Hey, pass the aux. Let me hear that damn Webby or Bootsy." I mean, some
That
Bootsy
Paul
now.
Wall. Like, throw that Paul Wall on.
Nah, I ain't gonna throw no Paul Wall tipping on 4 fours or nothing. Come on, man. Or that Mike Jones, I stay flossing and smoking on. Oh yeah, bro, that dude was big as hell, man. Like, come on, man. We gotta address that right there, man. Like, it don't make no sense for some of our people to be so goddamn big. Like, that dude literally passed away for being that big.
No, I'm just saying. My point is that oh yeah, A-Ball MJG still get play because that was that Space Age pimping. That was they were saying that was
You right, go ahead.
No, that was that Space Age pimping. Let me if you put music craft, if you put time and talent into music, it's gonna translate and it's gonna be like always sound fresh. But yeah, ain't nobody listening to no Little Flip right now. Ain't nobody listening.
Come on, man. I still listen that Sunshine and Game Over Flip, but I was a kid when that shit came out, so it's like I had an album and that Clover thing. That's a different type of vibe. I get that's a personal type of play.
And let me be clear when I say nobody listening to it. When they have middle school Mondays or on the radio where they throw back, you know what I'm saying, either the middle school or old school, none of that's getting played.
Yeah, you get roasted for that. You're right. None of that shit's getting played. I ain't gonna play no damn Lil Flip and no Drake music. What else? They said bump that Slim Thug. Yeah, like a boss. I ain't gonna lie, Slim Thug, he a simp, but he's still I still play like a boss, but I wouldn't play that around the squad though. You feel me? Back in the day.
But Drake still get paid. Drake still get played because Drake put effort into his music.
Yeah,
Drake is an actual. He's an artist. You can say what you want to about Drake, but he actually is in the studio working on his craft continuously.
Every day. While he's saying He said, while y'all partying, I'm in the studio working, for what y'all can listen to in the parties. I'm just paraphrasing, but let's be real. We already know Degrassi, Drake in the wheelchair and all that. I give him credit though. I ain't gonna lie. I had a same with LeBron James. I got like a love and hate relationship with them. I just can't stand them, but I gotta give them their credit though. Because I always been on some Kobe stuff. But they put in the work though. I gotta give it up to them. Drake put in
If you
the
put
work.
in the work, you can't hate on them. You know
I
what I'm
can't
saying? You
hate on
can't.
them. I don't fuck with them, but I gotta give them credit. They put in the work, and that's dedication. I gotta get that to them, man. I can't be hating and be fake like that.
Same thing with Kendrick too, though.
Oh, I rock with Kendrick though. Yeah, I
Can't,
rock.
I'm saying, but like as far as people say, oh, that there's no legends in this era or whatever else. Kendrick, all his joints slap. I mean all of them. Going back
all
to
of
the
them.
Kendrick Lamar EP, all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Is they slap because he actually takes pride in his craft.
Yeah. All the way
Where
from
like these young boys, man, I'm trying to tell you, it's like, to be honest with you, if there was no punching in, these boys wouldn't even have no music. Let's just keep it 100.
Oh yeah, my bad. I just saw you talking it back. My bad.
Nah, you straight, bro. But nah,
Yeah,
they
we
wouldn't have
good.
nothing if they ain't have no punching in, bro.
I just sit in the studio for 12 hours and watch these dudes just punch in, like, and it be nothing. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Hey, explain to people what punching in is. Like, people in the show don't know, because I know what it is, though.
Punching in is like when you saying, okay, like Lil Baby, he be like, come to Banner in the night, and then we gonna get a dog. You can come get rich with us. So you gonna start. And we say, come get rich with us. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 punch. You gonna eat with us or start? 1, 2, 3, 4 punch. Like that's the each word he's saying he punching. He not going in there just blacking out. He going in there saying da 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 stop. Da 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 stop. All right, let me hear that back. Da 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 stop. And he just riding that melody. I know how to do this shit, but it's so lifeless. Like you can't get a real song out of that.
You're right. Can't go in some Griselda shit, or yeah. Let me stop. I went too extreme.
Yeah, you can't. Oh yeah, you went down. You went deep. What?
Yeah,
it give you some perspective. Back in the day, getting punched in was like a sign of something to be embarrassed about. Like, right? You had you had to have a killer take to say you wanted to get punched in for it, and it was like maybe
or
one
you had to have
punch
some killer punchlines.
Yeah, or you had to be like you might have one punch in a 16-bar verse. Not just to get picked up, you know what I'm saying, from that point. But yeah, I mean, we going from an era, and like I said, I don't want to sound like the old head, but they used to pride themselves on one takes. Like I got that in the first take. I mean, Jay-Z was big on that.
Jay-Z did that, yeah. And Biggie, he made songs in his head. He used to be just sitting there and thinking of it, and he'd be like, okay, the song done. He went in there. Was that true?
Right. Yeah, I mean, Biggie, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them. I mean, Jay-Z the first one that like made it popular as far as saying that he would write rhymes in his head. But yeah, a lot of rappers did that. I mean, or started doing it after, you know what I'm saying, those first few ones. But yeah, but like they would say like one take, first take, you know what I'm saying? That was like a sign of like I'm a professional at this. You know what I'm saying? This is my craft. And like I ain't even know as bad as my man was saying, like they were punching after every line. That's amazing. Like you would get laughed out the studio if you try to get punched in after every line.
No, that's the norm now, man. That's the norm, man.
Wow.
Bring it back. Something getting hold.
I said that.
All right, bring it back.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Oh, yeah, that shit's crazy though, bro. And they just waste like hella studio time, and that's why shit's so crazy now, because it's not the same environment as like think about it, if Jay-Z made like Black Album. That this environment when it couldn't been like what a Lil Baby environment is or a Young Thug environment, because this shit too fucking crazy. Like you can't you can't put all that shit together like that so well in so much chaos. Like it won't allow you to do that shit.
Hey, hold on. So they said you right. Kanye forever gonna be timeless. Fight me. Laugh out loud. What do y'all think about that? Kanye forever gonna be timeless. That's what Dre Keaton said right there.
Big facts.
What
Big
about you,
facts.
Rico?
Big facts.
Yeah, I think so. Cause Kanye one of the last ones, bro. Like Kanye, he one of the last one. He one of the last real artists of that time. Like I'm saying, really being an artist. Like he can be rap. He can be this nigga that's singing. He can be rock and roll. He an artist. Like he overall.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Ever since
He
Kanye went to
versatile.
that sunken place with Kim K, with the Kardashians, I just had mixed emotions with Kanye. But he is the GOAT. I ain't gonna lie. I still got that college dropout thing from
I was
him.
about to say you can't cancel Kanye because he made Jesus walks. So you
Now,
never could cancel Kanye.
I mean that he did the impossible with that, so I get that too. He said radio won't play my song, something like that. He was still playing.
But that just goes to the level of craftsmanship.
I got a question for y'all.
Everything. Go ahead.
Oh, I said I got a question for y'all, man. Like, so me, I'm kind of like I'm semi-industry. I'm not on no big label, not like that. But what's y'all perspective on, like, I know y'all be hearing about like when they be talking about the Illuminati, all that type of shit. What y'all think about that? Like, what's your perspective on that?
I'll go first. I hope Ty is not in here. Ty be trolling. You'll get your time for that this weekend. But I get the aspects behind it. This ain't no. It's called going down the rabbit hole. You get what I'm saying? But I think Mo could explain it better though. But I believe I'm in the same field with Mo is on this.
It's to me, honestly, there are certain entertainers that's allowed to be representatives of the Illuminati. Like I don't think any real artists are in it. Maybe a Jay-Z. Maybe he's made it to that point. But I think a lot of these young boys want to use the imagery of the Illuminati. And you saw this a lot, well, I think with ASAP Rocky and their whole crew. They bought into the one-eye symbolism and playing with their hands and little the hand signals and stuff like that. But I think Trippie Redd bought into it a lot. The devil worshiping imagery in his music, his videos. But to be actually in the Illuminati, nah, because like I said, the Illuminati, man, that shit it's like the 1% of the 1%. Like even the people in the 1%, they had to do a lot to get into it. But I think they were smart enough to know, like, for us to keep going, we got to make it seem like we got some black members. So they had like the Black Illuminati, with like say a Oprah or Jay-Z or some of these other handpicked celebrities, but they're not in the real. I mean, I don't think like some of these movers and shakers that make the world go around are sitting down with rappers and giving them the agenda to push.
I think on my perspective, I just think that I don't really think it's Illuminati, but I know we live in the United States, so everything is built on duality, like Democrat, Republican, light, dark. Even the Bible is gonna tell you good and evil, or everything. I'm saying the world that we live in is based on that shit. Rap, Illuminati. I feel like I ain't gonna say Illuminati. I'm just say the elites. The elites understand that, like, black people. I feel like we getting to a point that, well, we were getting to a point, like you said, with the conscious music and stuff like Nas. Imagine if we still had a million niggas talking like Nas. That would not be good. So they had to dumb rap down. They had to dumb rap down to a certain standard, and I'm saying we feel like it's not important, but why are we on the stage directing so much bullshit and allowing so much bullshit to get pumped out? They allowing this shit. They can easily say, hey, turn that shit off or shut it down like they did COVID, but they allow it. So that's a controller. Like, they allow that to really flow for us, I'm saying. And that's why I
Yeah,
think
for
it's a
that I
big
agree.
it's a big problem. It's a big problem that they're invested in us. What I'm saying, they know we don't have as much, so we have to kind of participate to kind of, I guess, to get your way out, dig your way out the hole and shit.
And let me keep it a buck here.
If that,
I think what they did was they realized we need to have ignorant people seen with a lot of money. And you saw like the level of intelligence of rappers go down tremendously to the point where they can't
right.
even structure forget a rhyme, they can't even structure a sentence. I
No.
mean, so this is your artist, but then what they did was they showed them with a large amount of money. What was that dude named something Black? You know,
Black
they do the
Gangster.
money, Black Gangster. Yeah, they do the money phone and when you look at him, it's like, and I mean, no slight to him, but it's like, if you're looking at a person, not to say him personally, but a person that you consider to have low intelligence with a lot of money, that's enticing to a whole generation. Like, I'm smarter than him. I rap better than him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
Right.
but it's like they allow them to be in these positions. I never understood that where the rappers actually got dumber. Like, I mean, seriously, like I think they were looking for dumb rappers. There was like, okay, who is the most ignorant person? And I'm not saying, let me be clear on what I'm saying.
You remember Lupe? He dropped Dumb It Down. That's when he was trying to tell people what was going on, like right when that shit started, like.
Right. And it's like, and I heard people that know how to use English and speak English would dumb down their words. Like, I know people personally that went from saying straight to scrape. Like, bro, you wasn't even saying scrape. But now all of a sudden, now that it's hot, it's like, what? Like, now, like I said, and I know family members always said scrape and biscotti and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's just naturally how they spoke. But it was like
But now you got the whole world doing this shit.
You said what?
I said now you got the whole world doing this shit though, rather than just your neighborhood, you know.
And what I'm saying is, I'm from the South. I'm from North Carolina, and the last thing you wanted to be was
Florida.
a Bama, right? The last thing you wanted to be was a Bama, or I'm saying, or considered as slow. Like that was a stigma of Southern rappers that we couldn't rap, and that's why really Lil Wayne was such a big deal for Southern rappers, because he actually rapped. It's like, you know, we finally, you know, getting recognized for having bars. Right. You know what I'm saying? We didn't actually have to play a role. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times Southern rappers had to play a role to get on.
You're right.
Now it was like
Pimp C and all them.
Well, I mean, yeah, they were who they were. I'm talking about, like, it's like, okay, you're a crunk artist,
or Twins or some shit.
Yeah, you are a Miami-based artist. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you was a rapper. It was like you were in this specific genre of rap, and you had to stay in your lane. Lil Wayne was the first one, you know what I'm saying, from the South. Not the first one, because you had Andre 3000, but like to really go bar for bar, be recognized as just a rapper. Of course, there's others. I know people like, you know what I'm saying, disagree with me. You're saying you had a big boy Andre, and that's why that's why they held to such high esteem. Because they came out the South.
Yeah, I would say Wayne.
I
said I would say Wayne too, because like Wayne pushed the bar. Wayne challenged Jay-Z, and
that's what I'm saying. I mean, you never had that before. You never had that before, where like rappers from the South wanted to actually
Wayne
rap.
had that tenacity.
Right.
Wayne was coming at their neck.
I think what happened was they realized the South was taking over, and it still, I'm saying, they took over. And it's like, no, well, we can't have any smart rappers. So then they started going to get people with broken English, and I'm like, when I start seeing these people, I'm like, we're regressing here. We're going backwards.
You know who brought it in?
Lil Wayne.
You know that? You know who ushered it in though?
Who's that?
I'm Chief Keef.
I would say Gucci more. I would say Gucci more.
We talk about drill music, but Gucci Man with the
okay.
Gucci Man, yeah, I get it.
I'll say Chief Keef. I mean, for the younger rappers, because Gucci Mane was already out, but
Yeah,
Chief Keef created a trap mumble rap, like created that trap mumble
my
rap.
bad.
Yeah, I was saying Chief Keef, he created that trap mumble rap, and that after that, like that's when you start seeing Yachty and all these weird guys start popping out, and he just like faded away, like because he not
I could
weird, but he kind of set the stage for that shit, like for more people to just be more crazy shit, like just cutthroat
with
rap,
talk.
like
Because I grew up on Chief Keef. I was like 17, I think, and I was heavily influenced with that. Like that right there could get you shot or beat up in the club, like for real, like or in the house party. And with that drill music
yeah,
era, Chief Keef is the pioneer of that shit. Like there was a lot of people who got killed off that. A lot of disrespecting. You had people who was green as fuck talking about fuck Tuka, smoking on Tuka, don't even know who the hell Tuka is, or Shondell. And
that's
having to
crazy.
apologize. Like you see people from New York, Young May and Fetty Wap and them apologizing all that. That's how much of an influence Chief Keef was with this whole thing, like how you said.
Yeah, yeah, he's a big influence, man. But like I think, like I said, I'm, like far as go back to the when I said the Illuminati shit, I just feel like they got something. It's something going on because, like I say, as far as the when I studied masonry too, like when the guys that be Freemasons and shit. And a lot of guys that's in the game, that's just how that shit is. Like, and it's built off duality. Like, you got Freemasons and you got the regular Masons. Some Masons worship Satan. Some Masons they worship Christianity. Like, but at the end of the day, they all play the game. And when you're in the game, we got pawns in the game. Like, pawns are the celebrities and the idols that we have out here for the people that control the people, and that's the masses of money and everything. Because think about it, LeBron James said, if LeBron James got on TV and said, everybody strap up, they would do it. But that's not
Yeah.
allowed. You know what I'm saying? That shit
Oh no,
not
that's
allowed.
big facts. And let me build off of that. You're exactly right. That's why LeBron James can never speak on China, because LeBron
Yeah,
James
he
has
can't
so
speak.
much pull that if he said I stand with Taiwan, it could set off an actual military situation in Taiwan between Taiwan and China. That's how much
And that's what I
influence.
mean by like why they're invested in certain people, like you said, like certain guys they can't say nothing because they know, like if LeBron James say all my niggas load up and go buy guns, and man, that shit'll be crazy, bro.
They'll call him a terrorist.
But I'll say this: he's paid well not to know his limits. Like he knows what he can speak on and what he can't speak on. When it comes to China, he shuts the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna just dribble. You know what I'm saying? Like he get real dumb when it comes to like that kind of shit. But then like it's when it comes to some real, you're saying like to some cops or something that he got the okay, the green light to speak on, then he go ahead and, you're saying, and get it off. And
or
to
like,
be honest with you,
I got another example. Like Lil Nas X. Like I was looking at his shit. Like Lil Boosie, I seen Boosie speak on everything else, but then when this shit happened, nobody say nothing. Snoop Dogg don't say nothing. Nobody says nothing, bro. Like, and this what I'm saying is we got little boys at home with their own little phone in the bathroom watching this shit, picking this shit up, imitating it when their mama and daddy not there. And that's what I mean by that's the influence, and it gets to come directly through the device, and it gets to mold those kids' brain, and they get to make it up to what they think it is.
And
that's
so
what makes
right.
it
And
so
I
like
think you so right. Cause I don't know your age, but I just want to give some perspective just to support what you're saying. For me
30.
to get my hands on rap, I had to have somebody take me to Willie's record store and buy a CD, hoping they wouldn't ask me for ID. You know what I'm saying? to get it. Then I had to come home, and the only way that I could listen to it is in a Walkman, because I couldn't play it out loud. But now I noticed, I mean, even on the radio, they didn't even play rap until after, like in the afternoon or at night.
Yeah.
Now I noticed on radio stations now they playing drill rap and trap rap first thing in the morning, which I think that's you know what I'm saying is a another thing. They used to blur out guns in rap videos. They used to blur out weed in rap videos.
That was true. Yeah.
So now you see it's like it's wide open, and they're promoting this in this lifestyle to these young boys. But I'll say this: if you go back and listen to some old records, if they said anything slick to the LGBT or either to certain groups or white folks, now they blur that out and bleep it out. There's no more, you know what I'm saying?
And that's
There's
what's so
no
crazy,
more.
bro. Like,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
LeBron James had to
I'm
say.
just saying that's just so crazy, bro.
LeBron James had to apologize for saying I'm getting money like a Hebrew.
What the fuck?
Look it up. Look it up, Grunt. I ain't messing with you. He actually had to come out and say and apologize. Now, like you said, Grunt, you pointed this out, and I didn't even realize it. He was saying I'm smoking on a such pack. I don't know which dude name he said, but he was like being disrespectful. You know, saying to somebody dead, and nobody said nothing about that. But when he said he get Hebrew money, he had to come out and make a formal apology.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by like it's somebody they invested with somebody that's higher up, and they're like, hey man, don't get out there and activate these people. Just do what you need to do and go home. We don't need you activating people, waking people up.
Jewish money. Yeah,
they're like, how dare you, boy? They're like, shut your mouth, boy, and apologize. Like I said,
and look, they won't even let you say they getting money. Notice that's not even derogatory, but they won't let you say it. They won't stand for any stereotype. It's like, nope, you won't.
No. Hey Mo, they don't want your big Negro lips flapping with their name, and they don't want you to speak on them at all.
At all.
They keep your big Negro lips. You keep our name out your big Negro lips. We won't give a damn what you say. That's fucked up.
Ain't that crazy though?
It is, Mo.
Everybody can say whatever they want to about us. We can say whatever we want to about us. But now you notice now they're giving the same treatment to the Asian folks. It will be no. I'm just waiting for all these girls, Asian dolls and these China dolls and all this. They're gonna start changing their names. They're gonna start changing their names. Watch.
Yeah, that's
a good point. So you said they next up after this, like the next supremacy?
Oh yeah, what happens is you get grafted into whiteness. Like white is not a color, it's a status.
You think so, Mo?
Right.
Because I see what you're saying, right? But I wouldn't say white, I would say green. But I see I trust me, I'm on the same page as you. I just
it's a legal status. It's a legal status. White is a legal status.
This man said white is a legal status.
It is.
It is though.
Hold on. I like
somebody say they white over the phone. If somebody say they white, bro, they automatically get approved for certain shit. You gonna get in the door. You get to go to the back.
No, that's false. So y'all think? Hold on. So who's that? Leo and Mo. Okay, Mo. So I'm Billy Joe Ray. You know what I'm saying? Y'all telling me Billy Joe Ray has more, you know what I'm saying, more privilege just because he's white? Come on, y'all. Yeah, come on, man. Y'all smart.
No, well, hold on. See, I see what you're doing here, and you're conflating two things. Let me.
I'm saying, like, okay, what if you?
What I'm saying, if you have a black man and a white man with the same economical status, with the same economics, same money, his white status is going to open more doors for him than that man with black skin or black status. Mm-hmm. That's why Hispanics, Arabs, everybody, Asians, they all file as white.
You said Arab. I never thought about the Arab. Oh, go ahead.
They all file as white.
I know Hispanics do, but they are white though. I mean, that's not like it's not like a they do it just to do it. I mean,
I'm still get mine though. I don't pay that no attention, man.
I'm with you, Grump. I don't agree with that. Like, go ahead, Mo.
It's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm just saying is that it's like he was asking about why the Asians now all of a sudden are getting certain benefits and things of that nature. It's because they're being accepted into whiteness. And when I say whiteness, I'm not speaking about a color. I'm speaking about a status. Legally, I mean, when they created black and white meant something. It wasn't about color. It was about, if you're white, and that's what the 1 drop rule says. Even if you have one drop of black blood in you, you can't have white status. It was like 1/32 black blood or whatever. Like one of your great grandparents was black, you couldn't be white. And they did that to maintain status in this country. And then they said, okay, the Irish used to didn't be white. The Catholics used to didn't be white. The it was one more group, the Irish, the Catholics, and
the Irish were the
Italians. The Italians,
yeah,
they weren't
Italians
white.
too. Yeah, they were like the bottom of the barrel, and they were
right. But then they
white,
said we need to get our numbers up, so they grafted these people into whiteness, and that's what you're seeing with the Asians right now. Is they're being grafted into whiteness, and what you're gonna see is, I'm calling it, and y'all come back to this video when it happens. China doll, Asian doll, all of them. No, y'all are culturally appropriating our culture. No, it got to go. It got to change.
And they're gonna have Asian Americans, like African Americans.
But see, that's the thing, right? When y'all say Asian, when y'all say Asian, there's like 40 groups. I mean, there's like a whole bunch of different types of Asian. You got Indians, you got Chinese, you got Japanese, you got Taiwan, you got Filipino, you got Cambodian. You know, you got a lot of different groups. So it's like, and a lot of people bring up Asian. It's like not all of them are really succeeding like that. It's only like a very small, like only the Indians and the I believe it was Filipino and Taiwan. They're the only ones who are really like the most successful. If you go down to like Cambodia, they're like worse than black people. Like they're like the niggas of that area. You know what I mean? If you look at a lot of different groups, they're not. You can't say Asians are coming up. It's really just a small group. You see what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this question. So why is it that when they say people of color, that doesn't include Asians? When clearly Asians have color.
Well, because you know, that's a good question, and it's a tough question, but that black people don't want to hear. But I have an answer. I think because people of color a lot of times means broke. And it means when they're talking about Asian, they're not talking about broke.
It does mean that, but
it means all of that.
It means more of non-white is what it means. That at the end of the day, they said, and they don't even respect us enough to say we're gonna put you in your own lane. It's like we just have this other bucket that we're gonna throw all y'all non-whites into. Yeah. And what I really say is not people of color, it's colored people. It's the same thing that they used to put on them bathrooms and them water fountains, colored. It's the same thing. The Democrats are just nice about it. It's like people of color.
And I would say like far as Asians, I think they still have an up and up on us because like as far as blacks, we don't have a real economy infrastructure anywhere in the world. And and everybody else does. We don't have like China, all that shit. We don't have none of that. And that's the main thing we need to actually start our own country and get it going, and so we can have somewhere to go and like get away, so we can say, "Oh, this is our shit." Like that, how Wakanda looked. Well, you know, Disney sold that bullshit to us, but that's what we lacking. We lacking a city that's actually ours, a country that's actually ours. Infrastructure,
we do have our own countries in Africa, don't we? Are they not? Do they not count?
When you say ours,
not with no real control.
What you saying? Because if you want to be keeping 100,
well, I'm just about. I guess. Like well, you're right. Not ours as Americans, you're right. But I'm saying like, I mean, there's black people who do run countries, right?
Right, but I'm just saying they're not ours because and I'll say this:
America has more control than
Which embassy can we go to right now in Washington D.C. of an African nation and say, "I want to go home"?
No, we're American though. I know what you're saying. But I'm talking about what Leo was saying about like there's no like black, you know what I mean, places out there, but it is. I mean, they, you know what I'm saying? Like
I'm saying that there is. I'm just saying we don't have a real infrastructure around to protect us or to go to, like you said. Like we don't have an embassy, we don't have a military, we don't have somebody we can run to and say they picking on us. We don't have that. And they won't let us establish that either because of the way the infrastructure is built.
And you know what's really funky? And I did this on my last live. You know how they're saying all these people coming from the southern border are seeking asylum, right? So you have, and that's why they're letting them into the country. Now check this out. They had African people that were flying and coming to Mexico and trying to cross the border, and they're being stopped and actually put into like debt slavery in Mexico.
They did that with the Haitians. I mean, the Haitians did that.
The Haitians too. That's why that go to show you we're not talking about immigrants here.
No, but I'm gonna, I lived in Mexico, and I can kind of give a little insight on that a little bit. Now, it wasn't just them though. Like the Hondurans tried the shit too, and they got stopped. The Guatemalans tried, and everybody got stopped. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like everybody came through. And
what year
they just left
about?
the black people.
Hold on. Which year are you talking about? Because we talking about
2017.
No, that's under Trump. I'm talking about right now.
Oh, you talking about
under the Biden administration, when the border is blown wide open.
I got you. Okay, I'm with you.
They said
Trump shut all motherfuckers down.
They said you're a little too dark, bro. You're a little too dark to go across the border, and that's what they're doing. That's what time it is down there. They don't get it twisted with this immigrant crap.
You saw the brown paper bag approach they taking?
Bruh, they stopping Africans down there and won't let them cross.
I'm gonna have to do some research on that, Mo, because
I did it on my show. I already did the research for you. Go watch it.
Okay,
Little Nike X.
I'm gonna pull it right. I'm gonna pull it right now. Mo. Because I love to learn. I mean, if I'm wrong about something, I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying. Like,
I think it was either Bloomberg or Bloomberg did a story on it, how Africans were being stopped. It was the Sudanese and
aren't they from? Isn't Sudan one of those red flag countries though, where they have like mad terrorists and shit?
Bro, they don't know what you are. All they know is you too dark to be Latina or Latino. They're like, nah, cuz. You pull it up, Grump.
I'm about to your YouTube channel, right?
No, you can just go to just look it online. You ain't gotta pull it up. Just look at that online. It's African stopped at the border.
I went to your video and I clicked right on it. Like you just randomly pick a spot in the video.
Right.
Oh, what?
I clicked right on it. Okay. You literally it's funny. You actually said in the video what you just said on the stream. It was like in sync. That was kind of wild. All right, let me share it. Because I got my headphones in. Let me just. My bad. Sorry about that.
No worry. I'm just saying though. So don't even immigrants need to get through their head. It's levels to that.
So I mean, let me ask you this. So what should black people do? Should we just all kill ourselves and just be like, hey man, there's no hope?
No, what we should do is
it's a savage.
No, what we should do is look to build with each other.
But we can't even do that in Africa. So I mean, I'm like, are we a cursed race, Mo? Are we just destined for eternal conflict?
We gotta link up, man. We gotta get all the grandmas. And they gonna make us do this shit. That's the only way that shit gonna work. Cause everybody gonna do the shit that grandma said. That's the only way this shit work.
I ain't know about that, buddy. That drill music era past, they kicking grandma casket over now. The disrespect.
They killing grandma.
Hold on. Let me say this. Young boy, mama, grandma, mama is a grandma. So what you saying?
Yeah, then she a ratchet bitch.
I'm saying she a grandma.
I ain't saying nothing then. I ain't saying nothing. This shit. Damn.
Well, let me ask you this, Mo. I mean, like, how much of this is like, white supremacy, and how much of this is like we not, unified, and like on a percentage basis? Would you say it's 50-50? Would you say it's 80-20? Okay.
I don't know the split, but I'll tell you this: white supremacy plays off our low self-esteem and low self-value. So what they do is
go ahead.
They just they make us feel like we inferior and we accept it. If you hear people say, "Oh, I'm a victim," I might be a victim, but I will never accept victimhood. I will never be in the constant state of being a victim. It's like if you're a victim of an armed robbery or a crime. Like you were a victim at that moment. But am I going to live the rest of my life as a victim? No. And I think that's what they convinced us that we're perpetual victims. And until we break that mold and actually say, I'm going to take control over my life, raise my kids, raise my family, and we all do that, because what we're doing right now, we're waiting on a savior to come. We're all waiting on this great savior to come. We thought it was Obama, and it wasn't. And we're waiting on this great Messiah figure to come and save us. And until it does, we're not going to do anything, when we should, take control of your house, be the leader of your house. And then, teach your kids and your sons how to be leaders over their house. And that's how you change it. But what we want is some great emancipator to come and say, black folks, y'all free now. You know what I'm saying? White supremacy's over. Yeah. It don't work like that.
Yeah, I agree with the question that Lou had. Yeah, man. I mean, this is worldview warfare, brother. So if anything takes out your morale, then you consider yourself a casualty.
Is that your book, brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
is it on Kindle?
Oh, it's on Amazon. It's not on ebook at this time.
Right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn,
So I'm not saying you personally, but I'm just saying, brother, like, it's worldview warfare, man. We in psychological warfare within ourselves, thinking about, man, are we doomed? All this stuff we see. I live in Atlanta. I mean, somebody gets shot almost every day, bro. The cop that shot the brother at the last summer, he finna get reinstated. Why? Part of it is they got 1,000. They're 1,000 officers short. They just hired 250, and it's a major city, man. It's so much crazy stuff happening, and so that's the thing, man. Like Mo said, Bill, what you do, bro? It's almost like you bring it. Like, so we surrounded it by the kingdom of death and insecurity. So within the kingdom of death and insecurity, you build security, you build life. And so just think about our ancestors, bro. The stuff that they was going through, and they still live.
Exactly. Like, but that's why they don't want it. They only want to teach you that they were slaves. And I'll give you the analogy of this. You ever seen a bad chick? I mean, like, she bad, like a dime, but she allowed herself to get pimped. How does that pimp have control over her? He convinces her that she's a 2. She's a dime. Right? He convinces her that she's a 2, not a 10. He's like, chick, you ain't nothing without me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't nothing without me, and you'll never be nothing without me. You know, and he convinces her that. That's what white supremacy does to us. We have all the gifts, all the talents, but they create this system that convinces us that we're less than. Yeah. You know, that's why they indoctrinate us at a very young age with this inferiority, with this low self-esteem, with this complex. And until we shake that, we're gonna always think that we need our pimp, and we're gonna play the role of the hoe.
All right. Well, I'll say this one thing. What you're saying, that's what you call gorilla pimp. But a gorilla pimp is like, bitch, get in the car, you ain't shit. Your mama crackhead, your dad never love you, and all that type of stuff. Right. There's other types
that's the right hand pimping. That's the right wing conservative pimping. Now then you got the finesse pimping on the. Then you got the finesse pimping on the left hand side of the Democrats.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, baby, I'm just here to help you, baby. I'm just here to help you. You know what I'm saying? Daddy gonna get you back on your feet.
I'm just gonna change your life. I'm gonna change your life.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Take you to the top of. They take you to the top of Las Vegas and show you the whole city. The world is ours, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's. But you still a hoe.
They said that gorilla pit of right wing conservative. Yeah. You ain't shit, nigga. You ain't shit. You need us, nigga.
It's a double-edged sword though, because if you just think about their side, so they getting hit with the superiority side of the racial superiority theory. All right. So now, since like the early 2000s, we got the thing going on called Deaths of Despair. So it was a book written about that, talking about the white people in the middle of the country, largely where a lot of them are, and suicide,
the opioid addiction, they kind of stuff to drop out because they were told that the world was theirs on a silver platter. And when it turned on them, as it turns on them constantly through American history at different times, now they feel in some kind of way about themselves. Like I was talking to my cousin the other day, like it's in the medical field. I asked, how do you think that the meth and opioid has hit white harder than crack hit black? And she said, yeah, working up in Tennessee, nothing but white people coming in. She kind of quit after that because it's like, it's just drug overdose and stuff all day. It gets demoralizing. Just like in the inner city, the doctors get demoralized from having gunshots all the time come in. So it's not like nobody wins, bro. Nobody wins in this system. So walk around for any brother or sister to walk around and think that it's over for us as a people. It's like we mirror the dominant society. It's not like it's just great for them, you know. So nah, man, it's no.
I appreciate you saying that, Don. You had brought
Yeah,
it back.
I think I got. You talking about me? I wasn't saying. I was just kind of being facetious with Mo when I was saying like, should we just kill ourselves and be over with? I wasn't really being like 100%.
It's some truth to that statement because that's what I mean. To be honest with you, when people drink themselves to death, smoke themselves to death, they're just taking suicide, the long road to suicide. I mean, let's just keep it 100.
Yeah,
I mean, they ain't even got the courage to put the gun in their mouth and do the business, the clean business. You know what I'm saying? They just kill themselves the long way with cirrhosis of the liver, lung cancer, diabetes, obesity, eat themselves to death. You know what I'm saying? It's the same point. I mean, like, you still gonna kill yourself. It's just like I don't have the courage to do it. You know what I'm saying? The fast and efficient way.
Right.
So you know, they die before they stop living. Oh, I mean, hold on. They stop living before they die. Let me say it like that. And that's the problem. We got a bunch of zombies walking around here amongst us. That they understand they're already dead. Yeah. They just waiting to take their last breath. And you can tell when you're around that kind of people. But my thing is, until we start agreeing to be the hoe, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be treated like this. And I was joking when I said that, but that's the paradigm we have is like we want to run. It's like, you know, you see these people, like you see a Candace Owens. It's like they'll tell you leave the Democratic plantation, but want to run you over to the Republican plantation. It's like a hoe hopping out of the car with the finesse pimp and getting in the car with the gorilla pimp. It's like you still gonna be on the blade. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta cut all that shit out.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's a book,
and that's
called,
what I think.
You know, there was this book called Wealth and Poverty, and this dude, he kind of illustrated it pretty good about black people. He said we're going through the same thing the Irish went through, and the fact that we think that political, having a lot of black people in politics is going to save us, and it's not. And you look at, and he used the Jews, I believe it was the Polish, and he used the Asian, I think the Chinese he used specifically, how they don't have any type of political, representation in America, but yet they have like the most power. And it goes back to what Mo was saying, is that, I mean, they're not the hoes. Most people who run the politics and try to get the votes and all that, if you're not putting money behind the dude, I mean, your voice not being heard at all. So I'm with you, Mo. I agree, man. Like, just get off the blade in general. This whole politics shit, because I got caught up in this shit. I ain't gonna lie, I got caught up in the shit. But as I started thinking, I'm like, man, bro, it don't matter what side you on, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's at the end of the day, it's not really gonna. Does. You know what I'm saying? It really don't, man. It's like at the end of the day, like we still on the blade. Is it that hoe or that hoe? He got a Cadillac. He got a. He got a box Chevy. I mean,
it's the question: do you want to ride in the trunk or do you want to ride in the passenger seat? But you still headed to the blade. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
I think the Latinos, the way they do it, I like the way they doing it right now because even if you look in the underworld, out west is a good example with the Norteños, and Sureños. So one group only deal with or mostly deal with the brothers, the other group mostly deal with the whites in the prison system. So the Mexican mafia in that way, they deal with everybody. So if you look at the way they voted, Republican and Democrat, it wasn't a huge margin of Democrat on their side. When nobody talking, they don't have the same shame that's in our community. If somebody, a brother or sister say they voted for Trump, it's like they taking it personal. Somebody black taking it personal. And yeah, that's that whole mentality that y'all talking about. It's like, no, what I say, don't vote, don't get involved. No, I wouldn't say that because all those groups you mentioned, they do have political pull. And so they are not slaves to one particular party. They going for whoever giving them something.
As you should. Not something, the most. Not just something. They're gonna go to the party that gives them the most.
Yeah, the most.
But what we do is now you could go and say, Mom, I pulled a murder warrant. She'd be like, oh baby, I'm sorry for you. But you're saying like it was saying it's gonna be all right. But go on there and say you voted Republican. They'll be like, oh my baby, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll disown you. And that's how crazy it is. We have the capacity to disown people, but we disown them for the wrong stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like
and we congratulate for bullshit.
Yeah, that shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that we have the capacity to shun, which I think shun and shame are two tools that need to be utilized. If you are a detriment to your community and your family, you should be shamed. You know what I'm saying? That we don't have that anymore. Because we used to say, you used to have to carry your family's name. And if you did something that went on your family name, you know what I'm saying? Like you shamed the family's name. And I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. We don't have family names because a woman have 4 kids with 4 different last names. So there is no family name. So I mean, we just got to keep it 100 here.
So basically, bro, like we basically under attack from every angle, bro. Don't y'all see this shit? Like they got us under attack from every angle, aspect of life.
Yeah, I wanted to say something. What Don was saying about the Latino group. Like that's a good point you brought up with the Cubans, right? They pretty much won Florida for Trump, right? Like Miami-Dade County, they overwhelmingly voted for Trump. So that's pretty much how he won Florida. And the thing about Latinos is, man, there's so many different groups in that. You got Cubans, Hondurans, Venezuelans, Mexican, Colombians. So it's, you know what I'm saying? But when we talk about us as Black Americans, it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're kind of all here. So it's like, I hate to say it, man, but Joe Biden, he kind of said it, but he was kind of right when he was like, we're really not that diverse.
I think we are diverse, man. I just think it's like the shame is used in such a wrong way. Like 20% of us went Republican this time. This was like huge. So a lot of it just had to do with going against the narrative and like finally speaking up. It was so many cats online and YouTube brothers, especially dealing with the matriarchy, just saying, man, just stand up to them women,
But what I mean by diverse, brother, I was saying like different lands, different like how Cubans were actually under communistic dictatorship, so they brought something else to the table, a different perspective.
Well, we are diverse, but we are. I mean,
but you see what I'm saying, Mo?
I understand what you're saying.
Okay,
but we're diverse where we're allowed to be diverse. When they want us to participate in groupthink, we fall in line.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Thank you. That's what I meant. Yeah,
that falls down the line of politics. Now, if you ask a brother what blunt he smoked, it depends on what geographical area. Like, I do swishers. I do backwoods.
You're right. Okay, so I agree with you. You're right. I agree. Yeah, we are diverse in that aspect.
Like, look at North Houston and South Houston.
Yeah, look at the East Coast black people are totally different than West Coast black people.
Right. So we're diverse, but when they want to turn on the mass system of mind control, which they do once every 4 years when it comes to politics.
So yeah,
that is where we're not diverse anymore, because that shows you the power of the mass media and the mind control. It's that you're black,
right.
you're Democrat,
Because that's
and
the number one. They start showing it on TV like that, and everybody looks. They like, oh, he's voting this, so I'm gonna vote that, and they don't show the diversity. It's what they show through the television and through the media device, because that's where we receive all the information.
Yeah, that has a big role to play in it, and it's like we was in a strong position up until the 60s. I mean, so much of what's happening in our community today didn't exist. So many of the things that we lacking in, we was leading in, like families. We was the most married. Now we the least married, and those things were our decision. Cause
can I ask a question? I mean, because I think none of y'all brothers have kids, right? And married. I don't believe.
Nah.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't.
See, y'all are lucky because y'all getting all this game, and that's the beauty of what happened with the smartphone and the internet. Y'all were able to tap into other brothers like y'all with like mine and say, you know what? Y'all are able to. Y'all can turn. Really, y'all generation can turn our race around in one generation.
Yeah.
If y'all just be selective about who y'all put y'all seed into,
man,
seriously,
because it fell off in one generation. It was just the 60s, bro. That's just one generation behind me and Moe generation.
Yeah, baby boomers totally dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
So
what I'm saying is if y'all are selective about who y'all put y'all seed into and saying they can't be a shout out AO again, they can't be a NAB, you know what I'm saying? Then you know what? Y'all gonna raise families, then they're gonna grow up and say, you know what, we're not gonna put our seed into, you're saying, into unqualified women. And that's how you change it. Exactly. But the problem is when men, and that's why I don't blame women, because at the end of the day, unless you're raped, unless a man is taken advantage of, you're saying, by any means, he made a choice to procreate with that woman. So I hold the responsibility to the man, you know, and I know like, well, she got me, but no, you have to have self-control. I know that's easier said than done, but it's possible. So if you want to change the race, if you want to change our outlook, be selective about who you give your seed to and who you impregnate with. I mean, because when you do that, then we change the race in one generation.
And on the worldview warfare front, whenever a brother sit up there and base his manhood on how much pussy he get, that is the problem.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
And that's what they say through urban music on TV every day.
You should base it on the quality, not the quantity.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and the quality is dependent upon the kind of woman it's attached to. At the end of the day, I mean, so if she's a low quality woman, do you really want to? It's like this: would you take precious seeds and put it into trash dirt to try to grow something? You know what I mean? Like that's how we got to look at it.
Well, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, I'm good. I'm glad you said that. Like, okay, so look what we got right now. Remember I told you I deal with the music stuff. We got City Girls. City Girls is tearing down, it's taking all the morals away from the women, making them only glorify the money. So same thing with the dudes. The dudes, they got the money. We been how we are. They've been programming us how we are. Not saying us, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're programming the women now. So we'll never get married. They'll just keep switching off. It's all about money. Who got the most money? Oh, he got more money. Let me go to him. And they just selling pussy, and it's tearing it down all at the same time.
Exactly. So you see the strategy.
So marriage won't even be a thing. Yes.
You see the strategy, and that's why family is so important. I mean, because once you destroy the family, you open the door. It's just like you stand in the hood and you just leave your door open at night. Somebody coming up in there, bro. And so it's like, yeah, ain't no strong man there to stand by the door. Now, if you have some strong men there, you can leave the door open all night. Ain't nobody running up in there. So,
but the problem is the media. Like I said, the media part is the main. To me, I think media, because media it feeds us everything. How I'm talking to y'all through the media. How I get the news, how I get every fucking thing nowadays is through the media. So in the masses, if we got these guys as the idols, we can't. It's hard to cut through that. It's hard for a teacher to cut through a Lil Baby or whatever kind of rapper or whatever kind of LeBron James or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
we don't have any speakers like Martin Luther to like really.
No, we don't need
get on
that,
the stage. They don't like. I don't mean like that, but I mean like speakers.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
That's what you know what? That's what we're doing now. I mean, like I said, I think that's what Don was headed. That we don't need these Messiah figures. What we need to do is encourage each other on this level to say, "Hey, bro, be strong." You know what I'm saying? Don't mess with that chick. She ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? We don't need somebody to come on high and tell us, you know what I'm saying, what to do. You know, what we need to do is point out and say, and I'm gonna say it like this. First of all, anybody that's following any Instagram thought, go unfollow her right now. Because when you follow her and you like your videos, you're giving her power. It's all right. It's all right to take a glance. It's all right to take a glance. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you sit there and like it and follow her, you're boosting her up. You're building her up as an idol. So, and then these other young girls want to see that and they want to implement it. So what we need to do is, and I'm gonna say this: in the Western movies, you notice when they had built a Western town, what's the first thing they would build? A saloon and a whorehouse. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they know them whorehouses for what? For whores. You know what I'm saying? We want to act like we can break these whores and bring them and make them wives. No, they have a place in life. And that's the place they chose. Now, I hope they could turn their life around as well. I mean, I would hope that for them. But we need to stop pretending ourselves like, you know, I mean, we're starting to see it where these, you know what I'm saying, these people are taking these women that don't need to be taken seriously. And that's the biggest problem. Right. There was a slang like women used to be called floozies and fun time girls. Like a fun time girl was like, you know what I'm saying, somebody you pick up on a Friday night, you know you was gonna smash and then you get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then you would go court the actual woman that had a family, you know what I'm saying, that came from a good background. You had to court her. That's the same thing we need to do now. What we're doing now is the good girl, we're trying to turn them out and see what that thought about. And then we're trying to exalt the hoes. See, we got it all mixed up as men. Let's just keep it 100 as well. So stop trying to turn out them good girls. You know what I'm saying? You know she a good girl. If you don't mean no good, you know what I'm saying, leave her alone.
Oh yeah, because we gotta reap what we sow. And another thing I was wanting to say was, it's like the media is many to one, so it looks overwhelming. But the grassroots, that's why the grassroots is always feared, because if one brother that hears this decide to build a family, even though it might look like good girls hard to find, go out there and put the work in, find her, be the man you need to be when you find her, and people gonna see that little boy that's being raised by that single mom's crazy. He gonna see that, and he gonna say, it is possible. Everywhere I look, everybody just in my same situation except this brother. I want to be like this brother. That's how that's that grassroots effect. So we don't need the media. We just need
be mentors. Be mentors to your cousins. Like I just wanted to hop on what Don was saying right quick. Everybody want to save the damn world. You can't save the world. What are you doing for your little brothers? What are you doing for your little cousins, your little nephews? You know what I'm saying? Start at home. You know what I'm saying? Once you get tired with your kids, go to your cousins, go to your nieces and nephews. Once you get tired with them, find somebody that's in your church or you're saying in your neighborhood that you're saying taking your mentorship. You know, everybody want to go out and do all these rallies and these feel-good things so they can post it on their social media, and then they want to go home and they family life messed up. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what, Mo?
Yeah.
You know, you made a good point, bro. I just want to touch on this. Like when we were talking about the politics shit, you're right. Start small, start local, because a lot of times the battle was already lost because you didn't have the local thing set up.
Exactly. And I'll say that about the local government. them the one that really had the most control of you because they control your property taxes. They control your school, your kids' school. They control. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, how many people go to the sales tax? How many people go to their town hall meetings?
Exactly.
I mean, it'd be empty.
My mom and dad used to do that, and they always put me on game day.
Yeah, I just
people
started
don't
paying
go.
attention to stuff like that.
See, I don't have kids right now, but how many parents out there go to their actual PTA meetings and legislate for their kids to have better seats in the classroom? No, I don't want my son in the back corner. I want him front and center so he can hear.
Yep, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? The squeaky wheel get the oil. I mean, I'm not saying this out of something I heard. This is something I know. If I go and I'm not happy with my kids' seats, I go like, look, they're gonna have to be moved.
And see, that's why I'm a proponent of homeschooling. You know what I mean? That's my philosophy for my children. We're all gonna be they're all gonna be homeschooled. But I see what you're saying, and I would hope that we get some type of legislation that would support parents who homeschool. You know what I mean? With like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and that thing that Mo said about reaching out to the parents, reaching out to their teachers, you'll be surprised, man, how many people don't do that. I worked in a private school, mostly white, and it was only about two parents out the year that approached me about their kid.
See?
And so it was like one was on, they wasn't doing what they were supposed to do and was lying. The other one was on, my daughter, she a senior. Could you please lighten up her load because she's trying to get into college? Now, if she wouldn't have said nothing to me, I'd have made her do the same work everybody else was doing. But because she said something to me, I looked out for the girl.
I mean, you're right. Like you said, the squeaky wheel
mouth don't get fed.
Yeah,
a closed mouth. And well, you know what though? We would make an excuse like, well, that's white supremacy. My kids ain't getting no privilege. No, you ain't asking for no privileges. You know what I'm saying? When you go out that school, you let a teacher know, look, I want a weekly report on how my kids doing. I don't want to wait till end of quarter to find out how they doing. You'll get it.
Just talk to them like people. People just talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, want respect and give respect, and that's it, bro. They'll look out for your kid, man.
And people got to learn how to establish that from the get go, like, because people like to massage. They like to have the conversation starts off on different things, and it don't even start off to lead to that. We're not even talking about that, but I mean that's how a lot of people are down in Florida. I think just where I'm from. It's a lot of bullshit
we asking
talking.
what white people can do for us, and not asking what we can do for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like how can they fix our problems? It's like, how can you fix my problems? It's like
and that's what I'm saying.
And they ain't even thinking about it. They can't even fathom that.
And I think the school system is like one of the biggest problems, and that's why I was saying like black people really. I know I am. We really need to take control of how our children are being educated, because 13 years of just being in school. I mean, kids should come out as like master mechanics, high-level programmers, musicians. I mean, 13 years. I don't understand why kids come out just fucking worthless.
Well, what was one of the first institutions that What was one of the first institutions that fell off when integration started in the black community? It was the schools.
Right.
Exactly, brother. He's right. And another thing too, Don, you know what else was different? Like in those black schools, right? There could be a black kid whose dad was a janitor, but there'd also be a black kid whose dad was a doctor, right? So they would hang out, and then he would see how they're living and be like, dang, man, now I'm around excellence. So I'm around, prosperity. And
as my dad would tell me, he was like, there was no social promotion. Social promotion is where they just pass you along so you don't fall behind. There, you could be 13 in the third grade. It didn't matter. If you was on third grade reading level, the black teachers wouldn't pass you along. You know what I'm saying? They would not pass you if you weren't fit to pass.
Right.
And they set a certain standard. And that, you know what, though? What we have to do is we have to be the one to say, you know what, my kid is not on the fourth grade standard. He needs to stay behind. But we're scared to say, you know what, we're scared to say our kid gets left behind, and we'll keep pushing them on. We have that choice as parents to say, I don't feel my kid's ready to go to the fourth grade. He needs to be left behind. But most parents won't do that. because they're scared of, oh, you know, he's gonna be laughed at. He should be laughed at. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? When he gets out in society and can't read well, he's gonna be laughed at. So better correct it now and then kicking the can down the road. You know what I'm saying? And have the problem as him as an adult. And I think that's a lot of our problem in our communities, that we don't grasp basic educational skills.
Yeah, you're right. We don't know how to learn, Mo.
Right. That's why when we hear numbers and we can't put them into perspective,
like million and billion.
Right. We have no concept of that.
Yeah, Lou, you could basically build this yourself, man. You said you want to have homeschool. Well, all you got to do is get with some like-minded brothers, man, and y'all can do that.
Khan Academy.
I already kind of have the curriculum laid out. Like class will start at 11:30, 8 a.m. It'll probably be like, you know, a district type situation, and we'll all meet in this one like, I don't want to say like house or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like a building maybe, but it'll have to be, because it's not gonna be just some babysitting shit, you know what I mean? It's gonna have to, like, kids are actually gonna be learning, it's gonna be doing sports.
I gotta put their clothes on and all that, not just roll out the bed.
Yeah, exactly right. Like, be professional, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be good, right? And then physical education, because when you look at the curriculum of schools now, it's just so worthless. I mean, a lot of, like, from 0 to 5, right, is when you should learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, right? That's pretty much what it should be. Then once you get to like 8 to 13, that's when you kind of get your social skills down. You kind of playing sports, you get some physical education, you playing games, science projects. And then once you get to 13 to 17, that's when you start learning these monetized high-level skills that you need to learn before you get out. Not this Pythagorean theorem. When the last time somebody asked y'all about the Pythagorean theorem?
Yeah, man, that sounds great, man. That sounds real good how you got that.
Yeah, but because I know, man, you know what I mean? Because I speak 3 languages, so I understand it's not a IQ thing. It's just how you approach it and how much time you put in. And you have to make it, you have to break things down into a system for kids and people to learn. Hell, mess around, they might just be kids homeschool. We might have grown adults in this place learning, because that's what we need, man. These colleges and these schools, they are failing us, man. And it's like people don't want to talk about it.
Well, I say this: we're failing ourselves.
You're right, man.
No, because I'm gonna look at school like this. Look at school like an iPhone, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you just use your iPhone to get on Instagram and look at porn, bro, that's a $1,200 device. Excuse me. You're just utilizing it for bull crap. You know what I'm saying? You can run a whole company from an iPhone. You know, I mean,
you can. You be a millionaire. You're right, bro.
Right. So it's not the fact that we're not, you know what I'm saying, the school system is failing us. We're not utilizing all the aspects of the school system to get the best education for our children, the same way we're not utilizing this technology that's sitting in our hand right now that we're communicating on. We're just using it to check sports scores, looking at porn, and checking Instagram. So you can't blame the iPhone for your failure. It's your application, the use of the iPhone that's causing the failure.
Right, you're right, and I think that, and I see what you're saying, right? But I think what the homeschooling is that you have the iPhone, but it has like an instruction manual with it, and it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not knocking homeschool. I think it's a beautiful thing, and I really think we should have community schools, because every parent is not able to work from home.
You're right, bro.
Yeah. So, but you might be able to. So I'll say, hey Lou, can you teach my kids as well? Remotely, you know what I'm saying, and then now I might come around on my day off, and I'll give a class and that kind of thing. So we could do community school as well from home. So I mean, there's a lot of things. They have Khan Academy out here, you know what I'm saying, that pretty much set up the whole curriculum for you. There's homeschooling networks and those kind of things that we can tap into. But for those people that have to go to public schools, we're not even getting the most out of the public schools themselves. I mean, how many people check their kids' homework at night? How many people even ask, do their kids have homework? I mean, this is how we're failing our kids. I mean, kids coming home without book bags. I wish I would have came home without a book bag. My dad would have broke my neck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it wasn't happening.
For real.
Like, so I put it up on the parents because at the end of the day, you're responsible for your kids' education, not the teacher, not the school system. You are.
That's why mentoring is so important, because a lot of these youngsters in situations where they parents are clueless, bro, and they just wandering out here in this world.
But I get what Lou's saying with the he's saying like the standard makeup of how school is, it needs to be changed, like overall.
Right,
everybody's
Leo.
getting the same shit, and everybody's getting the same type of shit, and it's a waste of a lot of time, and it could be structured better for not just our kids, just all kids. But
exactly, bro. Because Mo and Leo and Don and Grump. Because here's the thing, man. If like the best way for me to teach you how to be a programmer is to show you how to build something you like. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's the best way for you to learn. And if I want to teach you math, Don, a best way to do it is show you like options trading in stock markets and show you like, all right, look, show these percentages, show this money. You see, stuff like that, like application learning.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Yeah, for one of my classes, I had it was the 9th graders. So to learn about Excel, I had them do in a PowerPoint, plot out how much it would cost for them to live if they could have a dream job. I want to know everything it's gonna cost for that month. And some of them even realize how silly some of their dreams were, in the sense that chicks want to be a model. And I'm like, you see how much the models make? You got to stay with somebody. What if they crazy? They got it thinking. So it's like, not to say dreams are stupid, but I'm saying it'll put reality into their head too. And that's what education is supposed to do. Not just teach you how to use some application on the computer, but to teach you how to think.
Yep.
Yeah. My biggest thing with education, and like I said, I just deal with I deal with music, but my main thing with the music is the marketing and the influence on the mass of people. So when I'm thinking about education, I'm saying like all of us went to school, but in majority, like when did they teach us credit? The main thing that we need to operate in the United States, like in the world, like then they didn't try to push credit on us at all.
But you can say that, but at the same time, okay, you can say that, but at the same time, it's not their responsibility because you're a debt slave. You think they're gonna mess up their business model by teaching you how to use credit?
Yes, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, Mo,
yeah, you
right?
gotta understand.
They want you to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be ignorant of it.
That's like you trying to teach a crack. I'm saying like you selling crack and you try to teach kids their classes. I mean that goes against your business model. It's like I'm saying I need some of y'all to smoke crack.
Yeah.
I mean that's
He said I need some of y'all to smoke crack.
I hate to put it that way, but that's
but I let you. But it's true. Just let you know how flawed it is, though.
But it's your parents' job, and exactly. It's not your parent. It's your the adults in your life. Like me, I sit down with my nieces and nephews and broke down Khan Academy. I mean, not Khan Academy, but Credit Karma to them. Like here's Credit Karma. Okay, this is what this number means. The number of inquiries you have. You don't want to go on 2 on that one. Your payment rate. You want to have that at 100%. Your debt usage ratio to what your debt limits are. You don't want to go over 10%. This is how you do it. You get a credit card and you buy something that you're going to buy anyway on, like gas or your lunch, and then you pay it off in full at the end of the pay period. You teach them. I'm teaching them now.
Mo, to be real, Mo, I actually kind of disagree. I think we should be teaching lending money. Like we should be showing how to collect interest instead of like.
I was just about to go there because I actually told Grump this. I didn't say it on. Me had a phone conversation, and I teach my kids that if one of my kids want to buy something, they don't have the money. I tell them to borrow it from their sibling, and I tell their sibling to lend it to them with interest. If it's $8, you owe me 10 back. You know what I'm saying? And then guess what? That teaches my kids discipline to say, you know what? I'll just wait till I get the $8 because I don't feel like spending $10.
Yep.
You know,
That's good. Yep.
so that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Do we
Yeah.
play Monopoly with our kids? That teaches you about debt, you know what I'm saying, and credit and those kind of things. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
and
learning
I
should be fun.
and I totally understand that. I totally understand that, and I was just going back to what Lou said because, like I said, he's talking about restructuring education. So, in restructuring that education, that's something that needs to be thrown in overall because that's something that everybody needs every day. Like you need that. That's part of life. Like you need that to live. So I don't see why like we can be born into a credit. You don't ask to be born into a credit system, but you have to participate in it. So why not teach me? You get what I'm saying?
No, exactly. And the school system, I believe it was based off. I know Mo, you may help me out. What's that called? Was it Austrian?
Prussian.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Don? Thank you, bro. It's based off that, and that was pretty much a slave factory indoctrination system.
Yes.
It had nothing to do with
listen, what school taught you? Go to school, get a good job. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna make you a debt slave. Because guess what? You're gonna buy a house you can't afford, or you can barely afford, so you're gonna pay interest on that. You're gonna buy a car that you can barely afford, so you're gonna pay interest on that. And your wife is gonna ask you for things that you can't afford, so you're gonna get those on credit and pay interest on that. So yes, they that's why I said that's like a crack dealer trying to teach kids their classes. That's bad for their business.
Facts.
So don't get it mixed up. When you send your kids to public school, it's free for a reason. So if you want to get them a good education, you can do what Lou said, either homeschool them or you can supplement their education with additional stuff at home. A lot of times we think we send our kids out to school and they're gonna get everything they need to learn. No, they're gonna learn the bare minimum. That's what public school teaches.
Yeah,
the
absolute bare minimum.
The bare minimum. So if you're okay with your kids having bare minimum education, continue to send them to public schools and don't supplement them with any kind of education. And like I said, I'm not sitting down, say have them on a Saturday in a desk at home. Teach them how to use hand tools. Teach them how to grow food. Teach them how to recognize stuff in nature. You know what I'm saying? Walk around the yard, look at different bugs. Man, they got apps where you can scan bugs and plants and it tell you what kind of plants and bugs there are. I mean, like,
yeah. And another thing, Mo, I think from my perspective on the school, I just want kids to be able to think for themselves and find any answer they need in life. I think that right there is the basic tools and be highly efficient at thinking for yourself, finding information, and being able to. Me and you, Mo, we have like intellectual debates or disagreements. I mean, we can be you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I see where you coming from. You see where I'm coming from. We meet in the middle and we say, maybe you change my mind. Maybe I change your mind about something. See, on
that's
discourse.
The whole point. That's information. The transfer of good information.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we see so many examples, especially on YouTube, of people talking, and I mean, in a few seconds, they finna start yelling at each other and acting a fool. It's retarded, bro. Like they still in high school, man, mentally.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Let me say this one last thing, and I'll probably wrap it up. But you have to look at what they're learning and who they're learning it from. And this is one thing that Kevin Samuels pointed out, if nothing else: sign language. Shame, insult, guilt need to be right. And that's how our children deal with each other, off of sign language. They shame each other, they insult each other, they need to be right, even when they're wrong, and they use guilt. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you won't buy this one, you're a terrible parent. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you won't do oh, you know what I'm saying? They use that sign language, and that's how they deal with each other. And and they insult each other and they shame each other, and it's just like they need to be right. And that is a totally female principle. Men, we operate in logic, like Lou was saying. I have my points, he has his points. We say, okay, let's tally up the score. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, right. Logic wise, it's like, okay, this one goes to Lou because you're saying he made more valid points. No, it's not like I'm gonna insult Lou or shame Lou. You know what I'm saying? Or make him feel guilty if he doesn't agree with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the need to be right, so I'm just gonna say I'm right, even though I've been proven wrong. But what had to do is introduce masculinity back into our households. which I'll put that back on the man again. Don't procreate with anybody that you don't see you being with long term, because at the end of the day, when you're removed out of that child's life, you have no control. And a lot of people, I'm about to piss off with this, but it's kind of hard to parent 2 days out of every 14. Because those 2 days you have them is just unprogramming what they've been programmed for the last 12 days. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get to the point of teaching them anything. And that's, and that's just the actual fact of it. So I just want to make that last point.
Yeah, you're right, man. And also what you brought up too, when you said that 5 days, they also teaching you how to be 5 days, 9 to 5, 40-hour work week. It's like,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying, Don? Like we know, man, sitting in a desk, waiting on a bill, think about it. Let me tell you what's so messed up, bro. It's like we were 17, right? And we had to ask permission to use the bathroom, and then we graduate. Now we got to figure out what we're gonna do for the rest of our lives in college. Isn't that's fucked up? That's really heinous when you really think about it.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it. I just interviewed my second podcast show a dude up north in Connecticut that started a school, and he would meet out in parks, cafes, things like that, just to get it going. It's 8 years going now, and he said that how the pandemic really helped him out, drove a lot of businesses away. But yeah, man, it's he was talking about how even having teachers that switch up, and it's like we get used to having people that we don't know rule over us and tell us what to do. And I mean, I'm just like, man, this is so deep, bro. We get used to it, and it's just, we see how the presidents change and things like that, and bosses come and go. Yeah, man. And he was talking about a way to run businesses, how it could be, think of an Amazon, that the people in the community, they own the warehouse. They hire a manager or boss to come in and do the administrative work. If anything around the building need fixing, get that stuff coordinated and stuff like that. He basically a caretaker of the property that the people own. People go to the website, put an order in, they fulfill the order. So, I mean, just think about how different, even thinking about a boss, what role does a boss have? Is a boss supposed to be over you, or is your boss supposed to be your servant?
That's a good point, man. I never, because what you just said, right? You say how CEOs and bosses change, and how like they always purport to us, boss. I'm a boss, right? But they never talk about Don, Leo Grump. I don't know anybody talk about board of directors.
Yeah.
They don't talk about, rappers don't rap about board of directors, and that's because think about it. All of the big companies, even the record labels, have board of directors. Banks have board of directors,
right?
And they rarely change seats. It's always normally the same.
Real infrastructure have real infrastructure that lasts for a long time have council and board of directors, like you said.
Yep, exactly.
If you're trying to be a one-man band, you're just gonna be a boss. You're gonna be a boss, and then eventually
you're gonna be a tired ass dude.
You're
gonna be tired.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same in the education system. I mean, it's powerful families behind schools and stuff like that. These the same families. These people be doing their thing as long as they alive. They whole life. They never stop.
Yep.
Yeah.
You right. I mean, I never thought you just brought that up, because now you got me thinking. Like, you're right. Bosses they change hands. Grub, do you remember that pyramid I was telling you about? That remember me and you Turbo were talking about that losers, clueless, and the sociopaths.
Yes.
You remember that? And what Don brought up, yeah, CEOs are pretty much, just the middle management flunkies who can get passed around at any time. But you look at the top, that board of directors, most people don't even know who's on it. Most people don't even know, you know what I mean, how much they're making. and they stay, and it'd be the same people. Because I looked up, I believe Facebook's board of directors. I know the dude from Netflix is on there. The dude who owned Netflix is on there, and you're like, wow, like, what's going on in these board of director meetings? You know what I'm saying? It's like
that's kind of like who, like, what's it called? Who is over, like, that's like the board of directors over like the United States and the rest of the countries.
You talking
like
about
who?
About the World Health
You know what I'm
Organization? You
saying?
say who?
Like
Or
the
you
World
talking
Health Organization. Like, yeah, that one. I mean, that's like one of them though.
You right? Yeah, I
They
see what
got
you're
on a
saying.
bigger
Yeah,
scale.
Yeah. They will have people behind them for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and
it's like
there's
the
a
golf course theory.
what's that, Grunt?
Like AO said, golf course theory, where you got like labels. They go over there and they talk to people who own private prisons, and they talk to the person who's over the police department in that area. You know what I'm saying? They be like, okay, so
Exactly.
yeah. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yep.
You
And
know
it was,
that? Oh, go ahead, Dom. Go ahead.
oh yeah, I was just gonna say, and basically, the golf course is where one board of directors that don't never come in contact with another would meet. So you got inside the board of directors, like the brother just mentioned, one dude from one tech company on the other one. So they collaborating.
Yep.
And so then they meet up and go play golf somewhere. And when you got somebody from another coast coming in.
Yeah, from New York. Yep, all the way from New York flying in. You right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, I had just thought. Hey, it was just on my
I was
tongue.
going to ask anybody to Oh, go ahead, bro.
I can't.
No, would you say, Leo? Did you go out? Say it again. Hello, am I on?
Oh no, I said you can go ahead.
Oh, well, I was gonna say there's this guy on YouTube, man, Diamond
you on.
Dave. He teaches stock options, and he had a video about structure, and he was kind of laying out why like America has a structure. We were just talking about like board of directors or like lieutenants, and he kind of used like the street analogy, and he was saying how like why you kind of look at South America and a lot of like Central American countries don't have good structure because they were never really taught the structure. And it goes back to what we were just saying. We weren't taught a structure with board of directors. We always think it boss, because like overseer type shit, We don't look at the whole landscape, the whole like think about it, right? Like I hate to use it, but let's use slavery, right? I mean, if you're a slave, all you really know is overseer and the master, right? That's really all you know, but you don't really know that there's like a group that catches runaway slaves, a group that sells them here. You don't really know like how to combat it. You know what I'm saying? Like where to go to avoid
they got
this.
patrols over here and
right
other guys over here. Like you just thinking that it's just only about these two guys right here. Right?
Exactly. So you're totally ignorant to the entire system that you're in, right? And it's by design. Because think about it, if you knew the system, if you knew where the patrols are at, if you knew, where they buy them at, where people go, where they ship them at, where they come in at, import, export at, you kind of, what I'm saying, you empowered.
Yeah. But here's something that's interesting.
And that's kind of what I meant when I said the thing about credit. Like that's the main piece that they know that we need. That's the main piece we need to progress in life and able to gain infrastructure and build, change the education system or change the hospital system or actually change anything besides entertainment. But they won't. That's the part that they leave out. Like,
and
that's
man.
crazy.
And that structure it all started at home. That's where the base of it all is. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's and
man, I was finna tell you something, bro. I just slipped my mind though.
I had a feeling that was going to happen because that happened to me too. It's like you.
It happened to me.
Yeah,
we flowing. Was it about the golf course theory thing? We were talking about that earlier.
It was some you were just mentioned, man. Yeah, okay.
Slaves.
Yeah, it was the slaves. So the thing is, brothers did catch on because that's why you had to have secret societies like the Ku Klux Klans. That's why they had to be secret societies, bro, because brothers was catching on to what they was doing.
Right. No, you're right.
Oh,
And
like again? Secret Society. What was it called?
he talking about Ku Klux, the KKK. He talking about.
Oh,
they had,
okay, yeah.
Because you're right. They were getting away. They was. I found the Underground Railroad map thing where they had. I showed where a lot of them went to Mexico. A lot of people don't know that. But a lot of slaves went to Mexico.
Exactly. Yep. Mexico.
And you're right. It was a whole system, and white people helped out too. I don't want to just throw them out there, say they didn't help, but they did. And
they helped.
But you're right though, man. And that goes down. Have y'all read the book Up from Slavery by Booker T. Washington?
No. I haven't read it, but I heard of it though.
Well, it's a good book, man, and I believe he had the right idea in that. Like, I don't think black people are just totally dumb, and we can't. I think that when we look at school, like GPAs, grades, ACTs, SATs, I don't think that black people strive in those environments, right? Like, I'm trying to give a good example of this. Okay, let's say. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, so me and you, Don, right? Okay, so it's a let's say it's a robotics test or something, right? So we have a test. I pass it, you fail, right? But you know how to build this fucking robot because you have the application training because your dad was a mechanic. So who's more valuable? Okay, I took a test. You see what I'm saying? But you have the applicational, you know what I'm saying, like that knowledge to create the thing that we're working on. That's way more valuable. And I think black people, like Booker T. Washington was saying, that we should lean more toward application training, skill training. And I think that we'll thrive way, because if you look at it, like Leon, you said, like music, right? I mean, I know dudes who can make beats with a pen and a nickel and make that shit sound amazing. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a test. You can't test on how to make a beat, right? You can't test how to be good at basketball or sing and rap and things like that. So I just think that we should. That's what I'm saying. I think that y'all understand what I'm saying.
I agree with you. The point that I see that is the strongest is that electricians, plumbers, those are some of the highest paid jobs right now that people can get, the masses can get, man.
Yep. Man, I know a dude in HVAC, man. This dude, man, he told me he was hitting folks over the head for 8 bands. They're just building 8 bands for like 3 hours or 4 hours of work.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, those kind of things make society run, bro. It's like throughout history, every society, you had the philosophers, you had your businessmen, and your rulers, but then you had the blacksmith, you had different technical that was skilled. Yeah, that was skilled stuff. So those cats, they might not have moved society with their words, but if they had a strike and didn't work, then the city wouldn't move. So yeah, man, they always important, man. It ain't nothing wrong. It's like this, bro. If we don't use wisdom in our choices, we could be in a white collar job working like a dog, whereas the cat in a blue collar job could be working. Yeah, he working, but man, the money he making is a breeze.
Exactly. And you know what, Don? There was a I remember I had saw a stream about it. It was this dude. He was an architect. He learned architecture as a slave, right? And then he got out in 1901. Him and some other black brother, they came up with an architectural firm, and it's 1901 now. And to this day, that firm is still up and running, and it's still employing like their children's children, because it's a skill. You get what I'm saying? Like a skill is hard to fuck off because you can just pass it down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they do it, and it just keeps going. Like that's be funny. Bruce Wayne, Batman, his family, if like you got like comic books, they were hunters.
Mm.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
how they made their money.
That's how they made their money, and then you just keep teaching that. Batman's family were hunters.
Damn, they was killing all kind of stuff, wasn't it?
Exactly, it's a
Damn.
skill. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't think about it, right? Like, skills is what pays the bills. So if you ever look at like a family that's prominent, you can trace back to somebody in their family had a skill set. 9
Yeah.
times out of 10, you don't just walk into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, things have to be like molded and grown.
Yeah, it's even that way in white collar going to school. It's just a lot of competition because the skills is out there for everybody to grab instead of when you in that apprentice type program where you getting some skill ain't nobody got passed down to you.
Right, exactly. And you know what, Don? There's a book called End of Jobs, right? And what you just said, they're like sometimes being able to make something out of nothing is a skill too.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe I'm just, idealistic, but I think that's when the pendulum is going to swing back for Black people. I think it's going to swing back and kind of be like, we're going to be in a situation where like we're going to create, there's going to be ways to make money that aren't available. Like, think about it, right? Like OnlyFans, right? I'm just using that as an example. I mean, that's something 10 years ago that didn't exist. I think we're all about the same age. We're all about 25 to 30, right? We're all about the same age, right?
Yeah, I'm on the end of the millennial, so I'm closer to 40, but
But you see what I'm saying? When you were in high school, Uber driver wasn't a job. OnlyFans, YouTube, Patreon, Cash Apps, Bitcoin, stock, stuff like, that was there. But you see what I'm saying? Like Robin Hood, none of these things existed.
Yeah.
But now they do. And it's like, ooh, now we kind of got, you know what I'm saying? The playing field is starting to get a little level now. Now you don't need to go to school to make money. Now you don't.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had to open up the lane because they know, man, this college stuff, man, this can't last the way it's going right now, bro. Paying $25,000 and $60,000 a year, man.
It's a scam. That shit's a scam. Before nobody's. I'm sorry. I get really animated about that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so, man. And so what's happening with them with this COVID and stuff and see how they change. I know I seen one cat over UC schools talk. He was talking bold. He was like, look, we not finna lower the tuition. Now, even though your kid can't go to school now, can't talk to the professor, none of that. Still got to pay the same price.
They don't care. And not finna care. Pretty much like do and what, nigga. That's what he said, right? And what?
Exactly. That's the kind of attitude he had. That's the kind of attitude he had.
And that's messed up. They supposed to be, and that's why, like, I say that when we look at history, like the dark ages with the churches, the colleges are that now. You know what I'm saying? Like these colleges at like if you get a degree, it's like it's salvation. You know what I'm saying? Like you saved now. Just like the church was. And they making money like the church was back then, and now they tax exempt like the church is. You can't question them like the church. They talk greasy, like you just illustrated to the people when if you ask for any type of money back, or you ask for like, say you're not getting the right teaching that you need, they gonna talk greasy to you. I mean, it's messed
because
up,
they the
man.
new priesthood. It's a scientific priesthood now.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Yep. He 100% right
all the time, though.
Mm-hmm.
You say they fall for all. Yeah, man. And you know what kills me, y'all? Because we talking about Black people, right? Every time I watch those like student loan videos on YouTube, and when there's a Black person, they always got more student loan debt than everybody else. That shit really bothers me. And it's not like a little bit. It'll be like 3x.
Yeah. I mean the scholarship, man. I think the scholarship game, a lot of young brothers and sisters really don't be up on that, man. I remember, man, when I was in high school, I had this class, bro, and it wasn't no teacher in the class. It was just me sitting in front of a computer looking up scholarships.
Yep.
For 50 minutes a day. And it was thousands of scholarships, bro. It was thousands and thousands. And the thing was, though, you had to have your stuff together. Because by the time you got to the 11th grade, if you didn't start, it was a wrap.
You're right, yeah.
I mean, 11th grade is like late.
Yeah, those deadlines are like posted out. Like you got to apply like a year out. Excuse me. Yeah,
man. And some of them joints, you got to be ready by the time you really like in your late freshman, early sophomore year, like the ones that really pay. So yeah, man. Like you said, so you mentioned earlier the ACT. You score 25 or better on that, then you straight, at least in some states, to go to school for free for the most part.
No, you're right, man, and it's just, but and it's other things too that like I ain't gonna lie, I really be breaking this shit down. Like I have so much time and I have so much like animosity toward university. I don't think that you need 4 years to be quote unquote employable or educated. I think that if you really made it to where like let's say 9 months, if you made it 9 months, 8 hours a day. Man, dude, I don't see how you can't be employable after that. And it'll reduce the debt, it'll reduce the time, and you'll be straight. I don't understand why nobody's thinking like that. Why do you need 4 years? First off, the first 2 years is just high school 2.0. And then the last 2 years is like even those last 2 years, they're not always your major. It's like going to be like if you're in a college of business, it's going to be more business related class. Let's say if you're doing accounting, you're going to take like other like marketing classes in your last 2 years and finance and business law. And then like maybe 20% of your whole college career is your major. So it's like, this is inefficient. And everybody knows this. I don't say everybody act like it's just not happening. Like we not wasting our time and money doing this shit.
Yeah, I think they falling off though, bro. I
think
they
are. They are.
Community colleges stepping up, man, and they provide exactly what you said. If you serious, you come up in there, you ain't really on too much more beside what it is you trying to do after that. So,
and I think that there's a lot of schools, man, that and another thing too, black people, when we do go to college, we get a lot of these like liberal arts degrees. You know what I mean? We get like African American studies and sociology and psychology, and that's like the number one degrees for black people.
Well, I would say, bro, those kind of degrees, especially psychology and sociology, going to the government with that. So
and see, that's
they
another
always got that.
And see, but you know what's really funny? Most time, Don, when they get those type of degrees, they just go back to the school and be a teacher. It's like a parasitic revolving door. And I'm not trying to disparage anybody who has these degrees. And like, it's just, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. It's just the numbers.
I mean,
you know,
you got a point, because I mean, it's been a lot of people taking stupid majors. I went to a liberal arts college, but I took computer science. I thought about, I like political science, but it was like, I know I just had to go to DC, and I was like, man, I don't want my life to just be stuck to
dick sucking.
Well, not that. Making my bones in DC, because I wasn't finna be doing none of that.
Right, exactly. All that ass kissing and all that.
No. I'm not trying to do that. But see, I would have to go there though.
You would have to, yeah.
So it was like, nah, man, if I do this computer science, then that's wanted everywhere.
Well, really, I mean, if you got a political science degree, you really pretty much have to go to law school to make it like worthwhile.
Yeah, if you don't want to go to DC. Yep.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And that it ain't no scholarships for law school.
I didn't know that.
I ain't never heard of one. Never.
mean, now that you say that, you kind of got me thinking. I mean, yeah, now that you say it.
Yeah, that and medical school, bro. That's really for wealthy people to bless their kids with, for the most part, man. Because that debt them lawyers and doctors be having, man, that'd be some serious debt to be carrying.
Serious debt. That
Suicide.
was growing. This dude I saw on YouTube, he even had the GI Bill and still went to medical school, and he had like 324,000. And I'm like, bro, you a slave. You a slave, bro. And it's like, come on, man. Like, is it the prestige of being a doctor? Do people really want to be doctors because they really want to help people, or is it because they think it's money and prestige? I think it's money and prestige.
He like, I make 120K a year though, or 150K a year. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think that does have something to do with it, because if that was the case, more people would go into the skills instead of studying
thank you,
English class or something, English majors or something. So
thank you, Don.
It's just different levels of prestige. Some people get prestige just by going to school and having a degree, period. Then other people take it to the level of the doctor, where you got a $500,000 education and you just, people assume you got that bread.
Right. And you know what's funny, man? It's like, are we talking about getting degrees or are we talking about getting money? Because they not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we talking about getting money, we can have a whole different. That's why I used to tell my people, like, they talking about going, like, they might get into college, going to college, make sure you make money. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Getting a degree don't always mean you're finna make money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we talking about making money, we need to focus on that. Damn this school shit or whatever. I mean, damn, you know what I'm saying? Damn all this. It's like if we talking about getting that bankroll, 10 bands, 20 bands a month, it's like, okay, let's talk about that. Let's not waste our time turning these papers like we were talking about, like Drake said. I dropped out of school when I heard this line. He said, what he was like, that's when I read, he said, he was talking about UGK. He said, and every pretty girl tell me that's the shit that she like. So why am I in class if this is who I'm trying to be like? So I drop out. Lessons I was taught are quick to fade. Soon as I realized that turning papers won't get me paid. I was like, damn, this nigga ain't lie. I ain't getting paid at all. I'm broke as fuck.
That Canadian fuck could rap. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, that motherfucker cold, ain't it? that shit had me think. I'm like, bro, I'm over here in college studying, broke as hell. Me and my friends, we scrapping up change out of couches to get McDonald's McDoubles. We struggling. We ain't got no gas money. We got to hop like 8 niggas in a car to go places. He's like, bro, this ain't life, bro. This ain't life, man. So,
yeah. So what you go to school? I'm sorry, bro.
What I go to school? Oh, what I went to school for? I went to school for accounting. Now I'm a programmer now.
Okay.
But I don't have a college degree.
Okay. But yeah, man, you getting it how you live, man, and you doing it the right way. So for sure, that programming, it opened up the lane. It opened up the lane, man.
It did, man, and it's life is a whole lot better. And I did have the I used my GI Bill to like pay for my training a little bit.
Okay.
And like for the boot camp. And I just kind of like, just made my own way with it. And so, but everything's cool. Everything's working out. I love it.
Okay. That's good, man. I know young Grump doing the networking. And yeah, man, I was telling him I'm a software engineer. I'm moving into working on a big program right now, but I want to move into cloud. So that's where it's going in my particular area. So
like AWS, you trying to move into that?
Yeah, I got a Azure certification in February.
Azure.
Oh,
And
cool.
so I'm gonna look into the Azure. I got a buddy. He told me he going into Azure. He said AWS. He said Amazon, they making some big moves.
My bad, Skill.
So yeah, it's kind of like a Walmart situation. In Walmart, if you at the upper levels, you get paid, like you get bread. You know, it's just the people at the lower levels don't really, you can get treated bad sometimes. It happens. I know.
I mean, you be a cashier for your life. You want to get cashiers about to be running out of jobs too now with this AI.
Yeah, man, and they know it too. They know it.
And you know what? And this goes back to kind of what this is why I love programming. And you a software us, and y'all, we all tech brothers, so we understand this notion. Man, I believe that even with automation and all that, I still think people are going to be able to have like some type of work, because at the end of the day, man, it's all about creativity. The economy is built on like knowledge and creativity. And that's why I was saying schools kind of kill that creativity in us. You know what I'm saying? That's why. But once you kind of get that back, or you start to foster it, that's when we'll see a whole explosion. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think, man. I think that, because I think the job that my kids are gonna have is not even. Excuse me, it's not gonna be a job. They're not gonna be in a job. But how they make their money and their bones is probably not even available yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel what you're saying, man. I mean, for the people going through this transition, I think it's gonna be tough. Now, I think by the time YOC get here and be able old enough to get in the money making, probably will be something that we can't think of right now. But for the people that's here now, that's got to make some money, man. If you ain't got no bills, it's gonna be life just gonna be hard around this thing.
Yeah, you're right, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I'll be trying to be nice about it, but some people are done. Some people are finito.
Yeah, man. That's the way our system work, bro. You can't have wealthy people in this system without having poor people, bro. You got to have the poor people.
Right, exactly. You're right. Somebody, you gotta. It's winning. Winning doesn't mean nothing if you don't have losers, right?
In this system, unfortunately, that's the way it is. Gotta be tough, man. Americans gotta be tough and crazy, a little bit crazy.
And Don, and that's what I was saying too, man. I think that schools also, that's another problem with schools, man. They teach us to compete. They don't teach us to really collaborate. You see what I'm saying? Because if you look at humans throughout time, the only time we really evolved or made it to the next level is when we collaborated.
Yeah, man. I mean, in our own community, when we collaborated more and had families, we was the best model community in this country.
The facts, man. Like Don, you're a software engineer, right? So you done like pair programming, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you even know it's like, even you could be way better than the next dude, right? But even just having two people on the same project still helps the project move forward.
Yeah.
He could be a senior, he could be a junior. It still don't matter, like, just because you both bring different things to the topic, to the project. And that collaboration always helps out. And when you're doing it by yourself, you're going to miss certain, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, I was working on this project. I ain't gonna go into that.
Yeah. Man, it's good chopping it up with y'all fellas. I'm getting sleepy now.
Yeah, me too, man. This was a good stream, man. We really chopping it up. I'm glad I jumped on. It's 2 a.m. I'm in Central. I'm only like 3 hours from Miami.
Oh damn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 2 a.m. I'm still in Central Time. I don't think they do daylight savings here though. So
okay, cool. Anybody got some closing stuff before we hop off?
Just appreciate you for letting me on the stream, man, and I support what you doing, brother, and you creating a space, man. You creating a nice space.
Yeah, it's the cool song. I like grunt. We don't be over here. It don't be no nigga stuff going on. We don't be, you know what I mean? We don't be arguing and fighting and doxing each other and trying to, you know what I'm saying, expose each other and nothing like that. It's just it's a cool vibe over here.
Yeah, I realized that a lot too, especially I ain't gonna say no names, but you know, it'd be cool at first, and then once the money started coming in, you're like, man, fuck that nigga. I'm like, damn. It's so sad.
Yeah, for real, bro. You ain't lying. But yeah, man. All right, man. Y'all boys be easy, man. I'm finna go.
All right, man.
Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and your life is passing you by. You keep procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I'll go to school next year, or maybe next semester. No, do it right now. They'll work with you after work, or you can go before work. You can do whatever you need to do to graduate. Go talk to somebody right now. They out to help you. You spend all day on the phone anyhow. Why don't you make a phone call that's going to help you in your future? All you got to do is pick up the phone and make the call. Why are you making it complicated? It's easy.
Oh snap, bro. Yo, I gave it to y'all, man. I know I ain't been on in like 48 hours. I appreciate y'all for watching that Waterboys in Atlanta. And I think that's at 14K. And I had mostly support on that. So I appreciate y'all watching. We've been on here. I gave y'all 4 hours, man. 4 hours. 4 hours. So yeah, we definitely gonna be popping this week. I'm gonna tell y'all who I got on the show this week. I'm gonna say this Friday. My brother Ike. I'm gonna see if I can share his channel real quick. This Friday he's supposed to be on giving his story real quick. Hold on, let me see if I can find him. Ike. Hold on, give me 1 second. Ike OG. There we go. There we go. I found him. I'm gonna share his screen real quick just to see what he about. This is the brother we gonna bring on right here. Ike. The brother Ike. Let y'all see how he is. He about to come over here and give us some knowledge on production for our people and everything. Smooth brother of ours, man. Yes, him.
But that is why it is necessary to always have a level above, right? Such that you can adapt to whatever change is going on.
Ike, if you seeing this, we gonna see you this Friday. I'm gonna send you a text to keep verifying it, but keep doing your thing, brother. And we gonna be out pretty much. So y'all get some rest. We out. Damn, 13 people in here. That is crazy. I'd be expecting for it to be like 2 or 1 people in here. That is crazy. All right, so appreciate y'all. Peace out, man.